Hello, 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 people. Why does it say I have a match reservation at 9 o'clock? I don't do matches. Not TikTok scheduling me for matches. What? What's up, Just Why? Hey, Crystal. Good to see you guys. How are you? How are you? What's up, Vashti? Hello, Jennifer. Good morning, Robin D. It's afternoon for me by now. So if you are in the subscriber side of Discord, you know that this morning, my morning got hijacked, and I am just now being able to go live for the day. So yay. What's up, Chris? Hey, blessed and grateful. What's up, Conchita, Farah, Lynn? Good to see everybody. What's up, Masani, Sarah? I put y'all's names together. Masani and Sarah came Masana. So wow, good to see you, Taryn. What's up, Merlot? Good to see everybody. Folks, if you are watching me anywhere other than TikTok, please say hello so that I can greet you because I don't get to see when you join like I do on TikTok. How is everyone? Y'all doing all right? It's been a day, isn't it? What's up, Step and Saw? Lunching at the beach. Oh, I love that for you. Bella is okay. My day got hijacked with Miss Mila today. What's up, Nest Butterfly? Hey, Penny GF. What's up, user 846? Glad to see you guys. Hey, Susie. What's up, Jen? Penny GF. I think I said hi. What's up, Rachel? So in the midst of all of my running around, while I was running around in the car, I got to at least hear parts of the court case today. I'm not sure how many of you all were able to read those. Yeah, she was Celia B. I just was unaware that an appointment had been made for her that was made at the normal time that I am live. And hey, Hilda, and it was her. We'd done the online portion, but it was her needing to go and be registered for kindergarten in person, even though she's registered for, like, even though she's in pre-K in the school system, she had to go and actually do the official thing at kindergarten. And so all of that was happening. And yeah, so it's just been a, it's a lot. Because like all of my errands in the morning, taking care of the family, I leave my house at 7. I don't get back until almost 8:30. What's up, Abdul? Salam, Abdul. And so, what's up, Sin? And so I was in my house only 45 minutes and then learned that I needed to get back in my vehicle and drive another 20 minutes to pick her up, to then take her to, it was just a lot. It was just a lot. And then, of course, after we finished that, I had to feed her and do all the things. So it is what it is, right? Hello, Adeline. Good to see you. I think I already said hi to Hilda. What's up, Amy? Yeah, it was a lot. What's up, Tech Lady? Hey, Sandra. So I listened to part of the Supreme Court's case today. We did, and we're going to talk about them, Merlot. We are going to talk about them today. I probably should have listed the court cases on here, shouldn't I? Would that have been helpful? Hey, Ada. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Salam Allah Shak Shak. What's up, Brandy? For folks that are my regular people, we got to have a Pally panel today. We haven't had one in a while, and I know our folks really need us to have one. So we've got to have a Pally panel today at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So hopefully the algorithm will be friendly to us and we will be able to help out some of our friends. Okay. What's up, Tara Love? Good to see you. Hey, Jody. Hey, Michael. Good to see you. Thank you, Carla. Appreciate that. What's up, everybody? So I did listen to a couple of legal experts, legal experts that were talking about Salam Mo, that we're talking about, the court case today and all of those different things. And so we're going to discuss some of those things. We're going to talk about the judges' rulings today. Yes, Mo, in 90 minutes. Hello, Zulu King. What's up, everybody? So how many of you all, hello, Raja. Hey, Jay Nice. So if you listened to, because I didn't get to listen to all of them, obviously, but if you were able to listen to parts of the Supreme Court argument today, I will be interesting to see your thoughts about it. Okay, a la Shack Shack. What I will say is, here's what I will say about it. Okay. Hey, Candy Kiss. Here's what I will say about the birthright citizenship hearing. I thought it was interesting to listen to the questions that the court. So that's the thing that I always pay attention to. I listen to what the justices are. I always listen to how the justices ask questions and what questions the justices ask, right? Salam Hussein. And a few of them pissed you off with their questions. Like what? Give me an example as to what. And I think some of the language that you heard today is representative of the time in which this part of the Constitution was there, and the language that was being utilized at that time. I also thought that it was really, really interesting when it was pointed out that the brief that was submitted by the Trump organization admits in itself that this would be a revisionist history. So I didn't get to listen to Justice Thomas's questions. So Tara Love, I do believe that Trump thought that his presence there was going to be intimidating. I don't believe that it is. And so if you all remember, if you all remember several months ago, I said something about what was going to happen. I just started, David. I just started like literally 7 minutes ago. So let me just say this. So a couple of months ago, I started talking about the future of the Republican Party. And especially in the last month or so, I said, do you all remember what I said that is probably going to happen with Trump and the Republican Party? So, hey, Sandy. Hey, Cinderella. Do you all remember what I said at this stage of the game, what was going to happen between them and Trump? Do you all remember this conversation that I had when I was live? Right. I said they will ditch him. I did. I said that now that they have accomplished the majority of what they needed to and tested the majority of the legal limits, right? Because they're going to need to reestablish their party, correct? And so this is something that I said that we could expect. And I'm going to play a clip from a very very popular conservative right-wing podcaster. Hola, Mr. Barrios. And it's from yesterday. And I'm going to play this clip. And hey, Wasim, so that you can hear for yourself. So again, just a reminder, I predicted a couple of months ago that you were going to see the Republican Party begin to distance themselves, and they were going to throw Trump away because they don't need him anymore. He doesn't carry the same leverage that he has. There is a chasm within the party. Yep, Vance is on deck. Hey, Teresa. And so this is something that I said I believed was going to happen because they literally don't need him anymore. He has outlasted his use, and it's getting much more difficult for them to cover up for or make up for his fuckery, right? Hey, Davina. And so I want to play this clip for you because you are going to be like, oh, what? Maybe you've heard about it. Maybe you have not. But if you haven't, you're about to. And here we go. Let me restart this very quickly. And hold on, I need to turn it so that you can hear the sound. You ready? Here it is. You ready? Ready, set, go.
Well, up 3 times the size they were before. That means heart failure. And he does look sick. And he does babble and, sound like the brain's not doing too hot. And so we just cut bait on Trump and we just mobilize against the Democrats. and we mobilize against neocons, we primary them, and we just fight even harder because look at how we've turned the tide. Look at all the good we've done. There's a fourth turning. Populists, nationalists, conservatives are winning everywhere. There's a Christian reawakening, and Trump is just a minor figure in all of that now. And we have to be appreciative of the old Trump that went through so much and got so much done. And that's the Trump we remember. And we're just sad because that happens. We need to be sad about Trump. This is not funny. This is not good. But he's gone. And that's it. And all the people rallied around him. You can see Hegseth's freaked out. You can see the press secretary's freaked out. They're being loyal. They think it's the lesser of two evils. And okay, but I just, Trump needs intervention. He needs to take some time off. We need to pray for Trump, that the Holy Spirit touch his heart and loose him from whatever evil control he's under. I'm serious. I think that's the answer. We need to pray for President Trump. We need to pray for other people to be awakened. We need to pray for justice. Ankles swell up 3 times the size they were before.
He said his ankles have swelled up 3 times the size they were before. This is Alex Jones, you guys. This is Alex Jones. It's worth playing again. I predicted it, but he literally said his ankles are 3 times the size that they were before. Listen to what he says, y'all.
That means heart failure.
That means
he does look sick.
He does look sick.
And he does babble and, sound like the brain's not doing too hot. And so we just cut bait on Trump.
We just cut bait.
And we just mobilize against the Democrats. And we mobilize against neocons. We primary them. And we just fight even harder because look at how we've turned the tide. Look at all the good we've done. There's a fourth turning. Populists, nationalists, conservatives are winning everywhere. There's a Christian reawakening. And Trump is just a minor figure in all of that now. And we have to be appreciative of the old Trump that went through so much and got so much done. And that's the Trump we remember.
This is
and we're just sad because that happens. We need to be sad about Trump. This is not funny. This is not good. But he's gone.
But he's
and that's
gone.
It. And all the people rallied around him. You can see Hegseth's freaked out. You can see the press secretary's freaked out. They're being loyal. They think it's the lesser of two evils. And okay, but I just, Trump needs intervention. He needs to take some time off. We need to pray for Trump, that the Holy Spirit touch his heart and loose him from whatever evil control he's under. I'm serious. And I think that's the answer. We need to pray for President Trump. We need to pray for other people to be awakened. We need to pray for justice. Ankles swell up 3 times the size.
Oh my Lord. Oh my gosh. Oh my geez. Listen, they are ruthless. They are ruthless when you have no more use for them. When they have no more use for you, you are out. He said he's just gone. His ankles are 3 times the size they used to be. That means heart failure. He's diagnosed him. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm just saying, oh, y'all, my eyes are burning. Holy jeez. Okay, so and what's so bad about it is that what is so bad about it is that he's not wrong. Um, oh my geez, like he's not wrong, right? Oh my gosh. But the situation that they see themselves in, oh, I don't know about y'all, but I needed this laugh. I needed this laugh. He said, we need to pray for him. We need to pray for the Holy Spirit to touch him and get rid of that evil that has a hold of him. So now all of a sudden Trump is possessed. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Right. Agreeing with Alex Jones, definitely not on my bingo card. Listen, the only thing missing was him to break out the anointing oil. Wait, let girl. Okay, baby. Okay. Boo, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to give you a different thing. Look in the bottom drawer right here in the kitchen. She almost jerked y'all right off the thing. Hey, money. Look in the bottom drawer right there, sissy. Right. Yep. You know, down at the bottom. Oh my gosh. Bring one of the white cubes, sissy. Here, you need one that fits this. Hold on, you guys. Let me help her. Let me help Mila real quick, y'all. Nope, not that one. Here. Let me help you, baby. Oh, my sweet baby Jesus. I am cracking up. Wait, girl. What are you doing? Quit. Weirdo. What did you all do with all my cubes, sissy? Go look in Dominic's room for a cube. Hurry up, me. Go look or look on my other desk over there. Okay, so, oh, yes. He did. He said loosen. He said loosen, DJ Dirty. He did. He said that whatever evil things got a hold of him, it will loosen. It will loosen. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Y'all know how Paula White operates. Y'all know how Paula White operates. They're going to fuck around and have Trump up there in the Oval Office, laid out in the floor with Paula White calling on the angels and demons, the angels from South America right now, and the angels from Africa right now, and the angels from, she's going to start calling all the angels in. They're going to put a damn red piece of cloth over Trump's legs. She's going to be throwing holy water on him, like all of it. Oh my gosh. You know, that's how Paula acts, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, okay. So here is the thing, folks. Here's the thing. Okay. The thing about this is that there's a couple of things that are important here. So this tells you a few things. They're going to have to weigh what's most important for them. And now I'm talking about from a political perspective. Okay. So follow me. I'm sorry, y'all. Every time I think about it, I start laughing again. But they're going to have to try to figure out what works best for them and what's the lesser of two evils. Because here's the should I light a candle for Trump? Alex Jones is definitely a white nationalist, which, by the way, you can be a nationalist and a Zionist at the same time. What, baby? Okay. I'm just saying you can be both of those two things at the same time. Hold on, Mimi, because you are doing the most. And I don't know what you all did with my other cube.
Well, my phone destroyed.
Okay, I heard you. But I don't know what you want me to do about that because you all took the other cube. Go look in your room because Bella took the other cube like this one in your room. Okay. So, okay, Jay Bird, no worries. So let me share with you all why this is going to have to be a choice between the two of them. Okay. So let me just explain. They're at this stage of the game where they thought they were going to be able to hold on to him longer. But this shit with Israel and Iran has pushed their timeline up considerably. Okay. So let me share this with you. Okay. So think about this. They needed Trump to make it through the first 2 years completely. Oh, Kat, you want me to play it again for you? So, Kat, do you remember a couple of months ago when I said that the MAGA movement was going to abandon Trump? Everybody says, please do. Okay, I will play it again. Last go around. Hey, Red Pin. Okay. So remember a couple of months ago, I said to you all that I believed the Republican Party was going to, I thought that they were going to ditch Trump. I thought that they were not going to be able to hold on to him much longer because he no longer suits their purposes. He's accomplished. They just needed to get him back in the White House to get as much of this in as possible. And now that they have gotten a lot of Project 2025 implemented, or at least into the court systems, they don't need him as much, right? Plus, he doesn't have the same pull that he used to. And so it would appear that I was right. So I'm going to play it for you. Hold on. Oh, wait. This is the other one. Hold on, y'all. I got this one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to play it for you. All right. So he is saying that he's going to be talking about Trump's ankles first. So here we go. Take a listen.
Swell up 3 times the size they were before. That means heart failure. And he does look sick. And he does babble and, sound like the brain's not doing too hot.
Sounds like the brain's not doing too hot.
And so we just cut bait on Trump. We just mobilize against the Democrats. And we mobilize against neocons. We primary them. And we just fight even harder because look at how we've turned the tide. Look at all the good we've done. There's a fourth turning. Populists, nationalists, conservatives are winning everywhere. There's a Christian reawakening. And Trump is just a minor figure in all of that now. And we have to be appreciative of the old Trump.
Can I show y'all? Don't see this. Listen, while Alex Jones is talking. While Alex Jones is talking, at this part right here, they cut. They cut and they do a slow pan down to his feet. Hold on, y'all gotta see it. Oh my God. Okay, watch. Watch it from the beginning. Oh my God.
Eyes they were before. That means heart failure. And he does look sick. And he does babble and, sound like the brain's not doing too hot.
It's in the box by my brown bag.
And so we just cut bait on Trump. And we just mobilize against the Democrats.
No, why?
And we mobilize against neocons. We primary them. And we just fight even harder because look at how we've turned the tide. Look at all the good we've done. There's a fourth turning. Populists, nationalists, conservatives are winning everywhere. There's a Christian reawakening. And Trump is just a minor figure in all of that now. And we have to be appreciative of the old Trump that went through so much and got so much done. And that's the Trump we remember. And we're just sad because that happens. We need to be sad about Trump. This is not funny. This is not good. But he's gone. And that's it. And all the people rallied around him, you can see Hegseth's freaked out. You can see the press secretary's freaked out. They're being loyal. They think it's the lesser of two evils. And okay, but I just, Trump needs an intervention. He needs to take some time off. We need to pray for Trump, that the Holy Spirit touch his heart and loose him from whatever evil control he's under. I'm serious. And I think that's the answer. We need to pray for President Trump. We need to pray for other people to be awakened.
He said, I don't know what the
We need to pray for justice. Ankles swell up 3 times.
Y'all, it was the panning to the cankles for me. It was the panning to the cankles for me. Oh my God. And he is stressed out. He's rubbing his bald head. He said, we just need to. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm just saying, I am telling y'all, when I heard it, I said, are you kidding me? Right? Whew. Oh, so y'all, that was almost as good as when Nick Fuentes said, if only I'd known, that would have been great to know. That would have been great to know. Oh, so for those of you all who do not know what we're talking about, right? They said it sounds like they're going to do an exorcism on him. I'm saying, but yes. Okay, so okay. Oh, geez, oh Pete. Okay, so for those of you all who do not know about the video I'm talking about with Nick Fuentes, so back before the 2024 election, Donald Trump was doing some interview somewhere, and the interview like that he did, he was sitting in a chair, and Trump says something about that they only lost by a whisker. I'm sorry if you haven't ever seen it, I'll play it for you. But when I tell you that when Nick Fuentes heard Donald Trump say he lost by a whisker, he lost his fucking mind. So hold on, I gotta show y'all. Ooh wee, geez. Hold on. Oh my gosh, Nick Fuentes. As soon as I type him in, the first option that comes up is meltdown lost by a whisker. Oh my God. Like you just have to love that that's the first thing that comes up is meltdown lost by a whisker. It is so hilarious. Okay, so let me see if I could just find, I want just the video of him because, oh my gosh. Whew. Sorry, it literally, when I tell you I laughed until I damn near peed my pants when this happened. Um, okay, so I think that this is it. Let me just see. Um, hold on. This might have been another time he had a meltdown, but let me just see. Hold on. Okay, now this is new. Hold on, I'll play this one too. This is new because Nick Fuentes has now changed his hat. So, if you do not know, Nick Fuentes now has on his desk a blue hat, and the blue hat says America First instead of Make America Great Again. The blue hat sits on Nick Fuentes' desk and it says America First. I don't know if you all know that or not. So, y'all remember, I told you all that there is a chasm within the Republican Party, within MAGA. The people that are truly America first, whether they are Christian nationalists or white nationalists, they are nationalists. And they are super pissed over this war in Iran. Um, and it is the rift is getting wider and wider, and these young white males were a huge piece of that movement. And when you add that between like Charlie Kirk and his unaliving, which we can also talk about, Tyler Robinson's defense team now arguing that the ATF report outlines that the bullet cannot be matched definitively to the weapon. It is a lot, right? And I just want you to know, when I saw that, I said Candace Owens' head is now spinning around in circles with like I'm telling y'all right now, Candace is losing her fucking mind. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Let me find the one. Oh my gosh, where is it? Oh, geez, oh Pete. It's just really wild. Okay, can I find I need to have the 2024 in it because it was 2024. Okay, is this it or not? Okay, I hate the fact that I'm probably gonna have to hear part of the Young Turks ahead of this, but let's just see how much I can get to without having to listen to them. Okay, so hold on. Sorry, you guys. The clip that I have is in the clip that I have in my link tree is not the Young Turks clip. It's literally just a clip of Nick Fuentes. But I don't have time to dig through do I hate the Young Turks? I don't hate the Young Turks. I don't. What I think is that sometimes, so it's not just them for me. Whenever I play a clip of someone, I don't like to hear all the other stuff around it and the setup or whatever. I like to hear just what the person says. I just, they're okay. You know what I mean? I don't hate them. I just don't watch them. But when I say I don't watch news, I don't watch news. I read news. So like I read reports from Politico and from ProPublica and from Dropsite and from Zateo. I don't watch news. In other words, I don't hear anybody else's opinion about the news. I just read it. And then I read it from like several different sources. What, baby? Oh, and The Guardian too, 100%. Okay, so let me share this with you guys. Good morning, folks. Good morning, Letty. Hey, Donna Ski. You did, Donna Ski. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to, yes, baby. Okay, well, hold on. Mommy's going to walk through the door with Bella. Okay, so here we go. All right. Okay. Let me hit play. You guys ready? So, oh my gosh. Wait, I got to do the volume.
We get the most votes of anybody, of any sitting president in history. And he beat us by a whisker. And it was a terrible thing.
So why did we do Stop the Steal? Why did anyone go to January 6th? Why is anyone sitting in jail? Why did anything bad happen to anybody? Why did everyone get censored? Why is everything bad that has happened to the people that are involved, why did that need to happen if you're just going to walk it all back and say, oh, I lost? Well, it would have been good to know that before 1,600 people got charged. It would have been good to know that before I had all my money frozen, put on a no-fly list, banned from everything, lost all banking and payment processing. Would have been good to know that before I, in 2017, dedicated my life to this as an 18-year-old in college.
Yep, that's me.
I am crying. He went on this whole thing. It would have been good to know. It would have been good to know.
We get the most votes of anybody, of any sitting president in history. And he beat us by a whisker. And it was a terrible thing.
So why did we do Stop the Steal? Why did anyone go to January 6th? Why is anyone sitting in jail? Why did
Yes,
anything
reaction.
bad happen to anybody? Why did everyone get censored? Why is everything bad that has happened to the people that are involved, why did that need to happen if you're just going to walk it all back and say, oh, I lost? Well, it would have been good to know that before 1,600 people got charged. It would have been good to know that before I had all my money frozen, put on a no-fly list, banned from everything, lost all banking and payment processing. Would have been good to know that.
You said it would have been good to know before I had all my money frozen and I lost my ability, my banking process. So when this happened in 2024 before the election. And when I tell y'all, we were on TikTok and I laughed until I almost peed my pants. I'm not kidding. And so what I see is yes. Oh my goodness. So holy geez. Yeah, you were there, Jennifer. Right. It was a hilarious day. Oh yeah, I might. Well, I had this one picked out before my morning got hijacked, right? So this one I had picked up because not only because of the birthright citizenship case today, but also because of the court cases that happened yesterday in which he lost quite a bit, right? Yesterday was a big day. And so it was just absolutely, hey, Bobby. So it was just funny to me when I heard Alex Jones say, what does the whole banner? Lady Justice is watching and so are we. There. Is that better? There. And so anyway, it was just when I heard Alex Jones, I immediately went back to, what I said was coming, right? What I said was coming. Not to mention the fact that, yeah, you're welcome. Which cases did he lose yesterday, Sean? So yesterday, Judge Moss ordered that construction on the ballroom must be halted because there is not a single statute that gives the president of the United States the authority to rip down the East Wing and build a big ballroom for himself. The White House is a national monument. It is protected. It is actually under the National Park Service. That's who its whole thing comes under. There's a provision that allows the president to do like maintenance or whatever. But so there are two sides to it. It's the fact that it's a national monument and it's a historical building, right? So the preservationist is who actually sued in court, and the judge ruled in their favor yesterday. But there's also the Antiquities Act that falls into this, and the judge said, "Listen, the president is a steward of the White House, not the owner." So Jay Bird here, but this is what they were counting on. When you say it could have come sooner, it couldn't have come sooner because it didn't make its way through the courts until now. And this is the part. So I want you all to understand something. You know, when people talk about justice is slow, they know that. They understand that the court system is slow, and they understand that they can do a bunch of illegal shit, and they know that the media is going to cover all of the illegal stuff that they do. And then they know that the media is not going to cover as much when they lose it, right? And so it's really important that people understand those types of things. And so they are absolutely just kind of going for it. So, and right. And the East Wing can simply be rebuilt and all of those things. Salam Sammy. So we'll just see what happens. And I don't know that Congress will approve it, to be frank. I'm not sure what will happen. And the reason why I'm not sure what will happen is we are in a different situation than when the East Wing bullshit started. So it's really, really hard if you are part of the GOP in Congress right now. Just listen, guys. It's going to be difficult if you are a member of Congress and you're a GOP senator or a GOP member of the House. It's really hard to justify saying yes for the building of this glorious gold encased, gold, embossed ballroom while Americans are paying more than $4 a gallon for gas. It's difficult to do that when, people can barely afford their groceries, and that's going to continue. It's difficult to do that when you are now in a war with Iran that you don't have a winning strategy on how to get out of. So it was different, right? It was different in the beginning because no one was starting to see the impact of this administration. And that was the hope. You know what I'm saying? The hope was that they could get a lot of these things done before the American people began to experience the ramifications of this leadership. But that's no longer possible. People are experiencing the impact of this leadership in real time. And so the ability to just play it off as if like there's nothing, you know what I mean? It's different now. It's one of the reasons why you say we need to cut bait with Trump. Part of that includes that big ass ballroom. Right? Yeah. So I think that that's really important. Okay, for people to take in and for people to know. Hold on. Why did I take a screenshot of this? It was for a reason. Jerusalem. I don't know why I took a picture of this. Okay, it was important because it just happened yesterday. The voting results from the assembly. Okay, I need to look this up and see why I took a screenshot of the results. But a couple of additional things that people really should talk about. And just for Jaybird, I will also add the graphic from yesterday back up here with today's date. But so here's a couple of things to understand. What are they going to have to choose between? So follow me on this thought process, folks. And somebody remind me to get to the political article that I have been wanting to talk to you about for 2 days. It is about immigration. It is a Politico, I believe it's a Politico or ProPublica article. Just remind me, somebody say, Dani, immigration article, legal immigration article, so that I can remember to get to this one. Okay, so here's the thing, folks. When we talk about what they're going to have to choose between, so check it out. What they're going to have to choose between is the midterms and the possibility for J.D. Vance to be in office for the remainder of this year, for the remainder of Trump's term, and the ability for him to run for 2 more terms. This is what they are going to have to choose between, because if they stay with Trump front and center from now until the midterms, they run a significant risk of continuing to lose their elections, right? And they don't want to lose control of the House and the Senate, which looks very likely that they will, with ease, lose the House. And the possibility of also losing the Senate is absolutely terrifying for so Sean, the ones that are running for you, if you go to bluevoterguide.org, that is a great resource, because what it also does is it doesn't just tell you about the candidates and the offices that they're running for. It also gives you like a breakdown of the policies that they are for or that they are against. And so it also helps. The other thing that I love is that it breaks down. So if in your area, if there are like amendments or ordinances or anything like that, Salam Balal, if there's anything like that, and you know how sometimes when they are worded, it gets very confusing as to what you should or shouldn't say, vote yes or vote no. Blue Voter Guide actually does a breakdown for you so that you will actually know what it means. Is this something I should be voting yes for? Is this something I should be voting no for? So Blue Voter Guide is a great place to be able to kind of get that type of information. Okay. So the thing about this is that for the Republican Party, are you going to risk losing both the House and the Senate in these upcoming midterms, right? Or are you going to cut bait with Trump, like Alex Jones said, and do what you need to do to go against what they would consider to be rhino Republicans and try to maintain or win the seats in the midterms? No, I know I paused for just a second. It was just because I got a new graphic, y'all. That's all. Relax. We're okay. We're okay. Take a deep breath. We are okay. Okay, we're fine, y'all. We are fine. And so that is gonna be the choice that they are going to be faced with. You know what I'm saying, you guys? So if you are the Republican Party, what's more important? Nope, I changed. I put this one up for a second, Laronica, because I changed the date on this one. Somebody asked to see this one again. This one was the one from yesterday. So now I have two different backgrounds that I can go back and forth between. But anyway, so it's like it's really frightening for them. And he doesn't have the same pull that he will. Don't you think this will get Trump angry and more vocal? Well, I don't think that it'll matter, Kenny. I don't think that it'll matter. I think that, the ability for, I'm going to tell you right now, if the Republican Party themselves make the move to remove him from office, right? If they do that, that's pretty much a game changer. And I don't know that it will matter how vocal he gets. I think absolutely. I have always said, let that joker talk. I have always said, let him talk. Because the more he talks, the more people are able to see exactly who and what he is, right? What do you think about Trump's porch tonight? Girl, what porch? You mean speech? Okay, I got you. His speech. I think I'm not going to watch it. I think he I think I'm not going to watch it because I don't. I also think that he is doing what he wants to do ahead of the speech to influence the market already. So before the market even opened this morning, the very first thing that he did, we don't know, Sean. He's just announced that he's going to give a speech tonight. If I were guessing, Sean, he's going to talk about supposed movement with Iran. And he's going to talk about this great strategy that we have. And he's going to talk about how we're having negotiations with Iran. But the reality is we're not having negotiations with Iran. He's going to try to say that. And he started that first thing this morning. So for those of you all who do not know, he started first thing this morning talking about he was having this first things he said this morning was that Iran had asked for a ceasefire. How many of you all know that he actually put that out on Truth Social before the markets opened this morning? And of course, the markets reacted to that, right? And I'm going to tell you what Iran said. Iran said, no, we didn't ask for no damn ceasefire. And no, there are no negotiations. And Iran also said, listen, we cannot have trustworthy negotiations with the United States of America. And they're not wrong. Like I really, if people are being frank, right? They're not wrong. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, right, Heidi. I'm just saying. And yeah, so remember I talked about this yesterday, the sin. So let me ask you all this. How many of you all have seen and enjoyed Iran's Lego ads and Iran's propaganda? Because listen, it's not just it is not just the Lego ads. If you didn't see the one where the head of their military was riding a skateboard, drinking a drink while a damn missile was launched in the background, have y'all not seen that one? He said, nee, 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 nee. Okay, two things about this. Number one, they are brilliant. And they are doing a fantastic job of trolling him because they know, just like Gavin Newsom knows, just how the Lincoln Project knows how to get under his skin, right? He did. Yeah, no, this one literally, it's the guy who's in charge of the military. And he is riding on the skateboard and he's going downhill. And in the background, one of their damn missiles is launching. And it's playing music and he's just drinking a drink and smiling at the camera, right? So for Iran, it's a great way to get under his skin, right? It's an embarrassment of him to the world. Now, why does that play in their favor? Why does that play in their favor? Because when he gets pissed, he doesn't think. And when he gets pissed, he doubles down. And Iran knows that if he doubles down right now, he is fucking himself and the Republican Party. I'm not sure. I think so, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I did receive grace. We're going to get there. But I need for you all to understand, they are playing a very strategic game. They are playing a very strategic game. And they are playing it in such a way that, listen, even if Saudi Arabia jumps in, Iran has built such a straight, a really incredible strategy in this conflict to where even when you have American citizens on the side of Iran, they are doing something right. And part of the reason for that is because of Israel. Everything about our relationship with Israel is coming back to bite the Republican Party in their ass. Everything about our relationship with Israel is coming back to get them. And everything that we are doing on Israel's behalf is coming back to get every single one of these folks. It is causing the fracture within the Republican Party and the MAGA movement to get even broader and wider. Tucker Carlson is not slowing down for anybody's business, right? Did you all see that his lawyer notified him that they had opened a criminal investigation into Tucker Carlson? No, Kenny, we shouldn't blame this all on Jared Kushner. Absolutely not. The United States of America has been at the will of Israel for decades upon decades. Jared Kushner just made some more money, which is what he does. So let's just be clear about that. Oh, you said that was a joke. Okay, Kenny. I was like, no, because some people will say that. No, it's not Witkoff either. It is literally, this is something that the United States of America is going to have to own. And for decades now, the American people have been fed a ton shit of propaganda by Hasbara and the American media and our own politicians regurgitating Israel's talking points. Like if I hear one more person ask, does Israel have the right to exist or Israel has the right to defend itself? I'm going to vomit because neither of those two things have anything to do with committing a genocide, committing a G-side. Sorry, TikTok, right? That doesn't matter. And we don't ask if any other state or if any other country has the right to exist. We don't ask that about anybody else. We don't say, does Australia have the right to exist? We don't say, does Ethiopia have the right to exist? What is it that makes the state of Israel so much more significant to everyone else? Right? And so yesterday I spent a lot of time showing everybody the 2018 law that Israel passed about their basic nation law. In 2018, they are an ethno state. They literally placed a law that gives priority and preference to Israelis that are Jewish. It's an ethno state. That would be like supporting the United States of America today, having Jim Crow laws. And don't get me wrong, we absolutely have Jim Crow laws. We just hide them. they're just not obvious, right? We have the new Jim Crow, but this is the old. This is like Israel is back to like having, let me tell you something. Tassan Honeycoat said this, and it blew me away. Listen to this. It blew me away when he said this. So if you think back in the United States of America, when Black people could not drink out of the same water fountains as white people, right? So our ability to drink the water was segregated, right? In Israel, the water itself is segregated. Israelis that are Jewish do not drink the same water that everybody else in Israel drinks. I'm going to say that again. It's not the water fountains are segregated. The water itself is segregated. You don't even have the same water coming to you. Yeah, I did yesterday, and I'm going to talk about it again. And so when we say, does Israel have the right to exist? I mean, I don't really know, because are we saying that an ethno state not only has the right to exist, but that we're going to fund it, that we are going to support an ethno state, that we are going to fund them, that we are going to do that? Yes, everything is segregated. Everything, you all, is segregated. And it's so bad. I need you to understand. So if the United States of America, I just want you to walk this out with me. Pretend that Congress today passed a law that provided that the government could give the death penalty to only Black Americans. And they could do that freely without the need for due process. I mean, it ain't like we don't kind of do that already. But I mean, just imagine if they blatantly made it a law that was specific to one group of people. What if the United States of America passed a law that said the death penalty applies to Black people and Black people only, and we can do it whenever we want to do it? Would we support that? Because that is what Israel just passed. They passed a death penalty law that exists only for Palestinians. Mila, can you come let mommy in?
No, tell me what.
So that happened yesterday, and it only applies to Palestinians. And something, I've been mulling over something, because I make it a point. Yeah, they have a rope that's like a little noose that they wear as pins, right? So let me say this to you all, because I've been mulling something over, and some of you all might get really mad at me, and that's okay if you do, because I've really been sitting with myself about this for the last few days, right? So one of the distinctions that I have been making is I'm upset with the Israeli government, and I'm upset with the government of Israel and the military of Israel. And that's true, right? And yes, baby. Yes, you can have one of those. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Did you come over here to give me my hug? Come on, girl. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. You had a good day today? Yeah. I have something for you. Mila, do you want to get yours and Bella's surprise out of my purse? Out of my bag? Get in my brown bag. So follow me on this, you guys. And like I said, some of you all might get upset with me, and that's okay. But I'm going to ask you to just sit for a second and hear me all the way out. Okay? All right. So, everybody, a lot of people have been trying to make this be about Jewish people, and it is not for me. It is not about Jewish people at all. Yes, baby. You're welcome. And I still maintain that. And yes, I'm still upset with the Israeli government and with the Israeli military. I have to also say this. And this part's important. Yes, baby. Mm-hmm. What, baby?
No, my phone.
In my bag, I guess.
Oh my God. Mimi, is this your shirt?
Yeah, that's Mila's, and the other one is Bella's. So I need to say this.
Let me have that one.
Because it's really been weighing on me as I've been deciphering this. And listen, this is y'all's fault. If y'all hadn't kept trying to make this about Jewish people, I wouldn't have really started to think about the need to say this. But because you did, when it is not about Jewish people, now I have to make a real distinction. So this part right here is your fault. In addition to being really pissed and angry and upset with and disgusted with the Israeli government and the Israeli people, the Israeli military, I am also disgusted by the majority of the Israeli people that I have seen. And I'm going to share with you why I say that. Now, I don't know whether these people are Jewish or not. I don't know if they're Israeli Christians. I don't know what they are. I just know that they are citizens of Israel. And I'm going to share with you why I am seriously upset. Hold on a second, Heidi, and I'm going to clarify it for you. So I see Israelis in the streets celebrating the death penalty for Palestinians. I see Israelis in the streets supporting IDF soldiers who were caught on video essaying a Palestinian prisoner, and the charges were dropped by the Israeli government. If those were people in the United States of America, we would without a doubt say, you are disgusting. You are disgusting, right? So guess what? Being an Israeli does not allow you to be a disgusting person and not have to be accountable for your actions. If you are an Israeli that gets on a video and says, yes, kill all Palestinians, you fucking suck. If you are an Israeli that says, yes, I saw a video of an Israeli man in the street talking to a journalist who said, we need to carpet bomb them. I need to be very clear about this. So my feeling about the citizens of Israel has nothing to do with their ethnicity or their religion, right? It has nothing to do with either of those two things. It has to do with their lack of humanity, their lack of decency, their lack of humanity. Yes, baby.
There was one for me, not one for Dominic.
Okay, it's okay. So I just need to be clear about that. And I'm okay saying that. And some people might be upset with me about that because some of you feel the way that you feel about the state of Israel. And that's fine that you feel that way. But I'm going to tell you that my moral compass, my faith requires that I call a thing, no matter the ethnicity or the nationality or whatever of an individual. That's what it requires. So I'm not going to hesitate to call a thing just because the thing happens to be the people that live in Israel. I'm not going to do that. The same way I call people out of the United States of America or anywhere else in the world, then that's what's required. Now, Heidi, you asked me when I say Jewish, am I saying Zionist in Hebrew? So when I say Jewish, I'm just saying specifically Jewish people. I'm just saying Jewish people because people have wanted to make my statements about Israel as if it is somehow a dislike of Jewish people, which it is not. Okay. Now, being Jewish is not the same as being a Jewish Zionist, being a Zionist, or being a Christian Zionist. Okay. So for me, Zionists come in all different types of nationalities, ethnicities, and races. So I don't like any Zionist that believes and supports what Israel is doing. Okay. This again has nothing to do with someone's ethnicity or their religion. So I'm being very, very clear about what the issue is that I have and what the issue is that I don't have. Okay. And I will say this, the same way what we heard are being argued before the Supreme Court today was rooted in racism in this country and a desire to have a revisionist history to change the meaning of our Constitution, right? Yes, I understand. I understand that not only in Israel, but in the United States of America, we have people in positions of power that desire to have a white ethno state in the United States of America. And they've been very clear about that. Did you hear me? There are people in this administration and in the Republican Party that have made it very clear they desire to have a white ethno state. And I believe I played a clip just yesterday of what the hell was his name? French? Beau French, is that his name? Yeah, Beau French. So I'm going to let you hear Beau French talking at CPAC, okay? So this is Beau French out of Texas talking at CPAC. And we can dissect this language if you all want to. So let me turn it up and push play.
The Muslims we've allowed, and it's not just illegal immigration. It's not just the Biden 4 years when 20 million people came across our border, mostly here in Texas.
They didn't.
It is that we have roughly 100 million people in this country who shouldn't be here. They don't share our values. They don't want to assimilate. And I would argue that this is just one component of it. Now, I think it's probably arguably the most dangerous component. I mean, think about it. The Somalis in Minnesota, they came here illegally. But look at all the fraud that they've committed. You know, there are plenty of H-1B, fraudulent schemes that we've uncovered here in Texas. So this is a problem across the nation. And I think we have to have politicians who are willing to say, we are America first. We're going to fight for the things that Americans want. And we're not going to put up with anymore, and we're going to send all these people home. That's the only way we're going to stop the Islamification of Texas and America, not just by banning Sharia law, not just by banning, the call to prayer. No, who wants to hear that? Not just by banning halal slaughter, which are all things that I've called for, but more importantly, we have to send them all home.
Yeah. So he says we need to stop the Islamification of Texas. Muslims are not trying to indoctrinate Texans. Right? That's not a thing that's happening. That's not a thing that's happening. And that's Beau French. He is from Texas. He is the Texas Railroad Commissioner. He's also run for office. No, there is not Sharia law, but Texas is putting forth legislation to ban Sharia law in Texas. Now, I want to say this and be very clear. When you start to use the word assimilation, that is a word that is rooted in white supremacy. Hey, Jamie, good to see you. I'm going to say this again. When you hear the word assimilate, when you say people refuse to assimilate, that is rooted in white supremacy. So if it is in your vocabulary, you are probably racist. Just so we're clear. Okay? So that you know how to identify it when you hear it. Okay? When you talk about the Islamification, let me just tell y'all something. If you are wondering why people are running from church, it's because of people like Beau French who profess to be Christians because they don't want to be that kind of Christian. And if you see people converting to Islam, it's because they see peace and love and the godly qualities in people that are practicing Islam. So don't be mad at people if you don't represent Christ the way that you should, and people are choosing something other than your racist ideology. Hold on one second. So it's just really important, and I'm at this place where we have to really be about the business of calling a thing a thing. Right, Kat, 100%. And so it's just, I'm not going to mince my words and pretend that a thing is not exactly what it is. It is exactly what it is. I mean, Rob, you don't have to agree about the word assimilation. Look it up. Historically speaking, in the United States of America, when people use the word assimilate with regard to ethnicity and race, it is absolutely from a white supremacist perspective. In what other way could you mean assimilate if you are only referring to black and brown people? The 100 million people that they are referring to are the Latina community in this country. They are literally referring to brown people in this country. They are not saying that about the Eastern European people here in this country. They're not talking about, people that are here from Russia or anywhere else. They are specifically talking about those things. Why you love white America, go to Africa. Why are you a bot? Jesus Christ. So it's just very important. I mean, I'm just calling a thing. Look up the word assimilate and look up its use and its roots in the United States of America. They're not talking about people that are here from Ukraine or Czechoslovakia or anywhere else. They are literally only talking about the 100 million brown people that are here. That's it. And they don't care if they're here legally or illegally. I see you, Muhammad OS. So it's just like, it is what it is. So, I've looked into the word assimilate. I want to know the origins. I want to know what it's rooted in. If you look in the argument, if you look in the brief that was filed by the Trump administration in court, they are literally quoting racists and white supremacists in their argument before the Supreme Court. And this goes all the way back, and I'm going to say it, and I said it yesterday. This goes all the way back to the ridiculous racist slogan in this country, quote, "Kill the Indian, save the man." It goes all the way back to that history in this country. White people have always believed that it is their culture and their way that is the right way, and anything less than that is not civilized. And I will say what I said the other day. It is not civilized to allow your children to starve. It is not civilized to allow your people to be without homes. It is not civilized to incarcerate people. Did you all know that 1/3 of the prisons in Texas have air conditioning? Did you all know that in a state where temperatures can reach 120 degrees? In Texas, only 1/3 of their prisons have air conditioning. And they are literally going to court to stop giving air conditioning to human beings. The state of Texas is arguing in court that they should not have to give air conditioning to human beings. Who does that? Don't tell me it's Christians. Don't tell me that Jesus Christ would be going up to court and saying, "No, Your Honor, I do not want them folks to have air conditioning." Don't tell me that. Come on now. This is the United States of America. And we have states and our federal government that is going into the courthouses asking to do harm to people, asking to not have to feed people, asking to not have to house people. It is inhumane. It is cruel and unusual punishment, which the law prevents. The Constitution actually provides against cruel and unusual punishment. Yes, it is, Tara. That's literally what I just referenced. So again, what do I think of melting pot? What do you mean, Rob? In what context? I mean, people can say that America is a melting pot. It's not. America is still segregated to this damn day. Every single one of us knows when we drive around where we are in the white part of town and the black part of town and the Asian part of town. We all know that. You don't have it segregated by law anymore, but you have it segregated by economics. That's why there are banks that are still settling court cases because they won't give home loans to black and brown people. We are economically segregated, intentionally so. And that happens, and that feeds into our education systems, that feeds into our political systems, that feeds into our legislative systems. So, and so let me tell you what I think has actually been not healthy for black and brown people. I think what hasn't been healthy for black and brown people is this expectation and celebration when you accomplish something within the white society, within the white world of economics. Somehow we give more value when black people graduate from an Ivy League university than we do if they graduate from an HBCU. The first black person to do A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. You're really not. You're not the first black person to ever do any of those types of things. The people that were brought here. So listen, when the president of the United States types in all caps on Truth Social that the 14th Amendment applied to, in all caps he wrote slaves, babies of slaves, in all caps. Here's what he forgot. Those are not slaves. They were enslaved people. And they were enslaved doctors and enslaved fishermen and enslaved farmers and enslaved healers and enslaved teachers and enslaved plumbers and enslaved electricians. Those people had skills. So just like people need to be right. It's just the first to be recorded according to the United States standard. Because let me tell y'all something. Y'all know the heart surgeries everybody relies on today. You can thank a black man for that. You can thank a black man for that. Because he did it first. What's the movie, y'all? Something the Lord Made? What's the movie, y'all? Isn't it Something the Lord Made with Mos Def? Yes. Go watch Something the Lord Made. Yes, Miracle Hands. Every single woman in this country that receives state-of-the-art, incredible OBGYN care, you can thank black and brown women for that because we were experimented on without anesthesia by the father of gynecology, Dr. Mims. These are not the first to do these things. It's just back then they wouldn't even tell y'all, Barack Obama was not the first black president. Not for real. Not for real. Some of them presidents was white passing. Right. Viv was hired to clean the lab. So this is the part that people don't. I know, Cam. I know. Listen, yeah, Sarah. Y'all know. Listen, how many of y'all in here love some Bridgerton? How many of y'all in here love you some Bridgerton? And there are people that have asked, well, why did they make the queen black? Because she was, damn it. Because she was. Because she was. Queen Charlotte was black. Like in real life, she was black. Like it's really important for people to understand that your history books have been lying to you for a long time. White people, a particular segment of, let me just say this, especially rich white people have spent a lot of time and a lot of money creating a history for you to give you a particular perception and to give us a particular perception so that we would not know how fucking amazing we are. Do you hear me? Rich white people spent a ton of time and a ton of money rewriting history to make black people think that they were less than they are and to make white people believe that they are better than they've ever been and better than the best black person. They got y'all thinking Egypt isn't in Africa. Who do you think built the pyramids? They really do. There are people that do not know that Egypt is in Africa. Yes, the maps are a lie. The United States of America is not that big, y'all. The United States of America is not that big on a map. You could fit damn near half the world into Africa. So do you know what that tells you? So listen, let me say this to you all. Do you know what it tells you? That even down to the maps, they were intentional about making Black countries smaller and Western countries larger, right? That tells you that the concept of white supremacy was intentional. It wasn't something that just happened. It wasn't by accident. It didn't just end up this way. There was an intentional decision. There were intentional conversations to make it this way. And for me, as someone who not only was born in this country, but who was raised to respect our military, serve in my military, my parents served, my brothers served, you all really coming to that revelation, it wasn't even a revelation because it's not like I didn't always know, right? Of course I always knew, but there's a difference when you know and then when you know. I say this often, but I want to say it again. I need you to understand how Black and brown people must feel when they understand that their country has diligently worked to change their history. The country has diligently worked to disenfranchise them. It wasn't by accident, it was by design. When people say the systems are broken, no, it is not, beloved. The systems work exactly as they were designed. They just were not designed for us. They were not designed for us. And what's very frustrating to the people that have designed them to not work for us is they don't understand how, even with a whole system rigged against us, damn if we don't still find a way to thrive. With everything stacked against us, with education, with finance, with housing, right? With politics, with legal standards, with the justice system, with everything stacked against us. I'll be damned if we still didn't have a black president. And they're like, how the fuck are they still doing that? Just saying. I wish that everyone understood that there is a reason the Tulsa race massacre occurred. There is a reason there are entire black communities under man-made lakes in this country. How many of you all know that the United States of America intentionally created man-made lakes and they drowned entire black communities? Yep, Veronica, Lake Lanier. There's a ton of them. Yep. So, hold on. So if you go to, it's crazy. So listen, if you go to the National Endowment for the Humanities, which is literally our government website, I'm so surprised it still exists. But Oscarville, Georgia, which is now Lake Lanier. And I'm just going to give you a couple from an overview. Okay. So throughout the United States history, several thriving black communities were intentionally submerged or demolished to make way for public works projects like reservoirs, dams, and parks. Now, listen, they weren't demolished for that purpose. They were demolished because they were thriving black communities. So let's just write it. I'm going to say it the way that it is, not the way that sounds great for AI or for fucking Google. So when you say that several thriving black communities were intentionally submerged or demolished, and then you say to make way for public works projects, now you a damn lie. No, they were demolished because they were thriving black communities. And the justification was reservoirs, dams, and parks. So I just want to be clear, surviving, like thriving black communities, having a park was more important than you. And they often followed periods of racial terror that had already displaced residents, or the government had used eminent domain to seize black-owned land for quote unquote progress. So I'm going to give you just a couple of them. Lake Lanier, which used to be Oscarville, Georgia, that is in Forsyth County, Georgia. Black residents were violently driven out in 1912 by white mobs following false allegations of assault. In the 1950s, the Army Corps of Engineers flooded the remains of the town to create Lake Lanier. Nawaliga, which is now Benson, Alabama, now known as Lake Martin, was founded by John Benson, a formerly enslaved man. It was a hub of black industrial farming and education. It had the first black-owned railroad. Yes. And in the 1920s, the Alabama Power Company used eminent domain to flood the area and make a hydroelectric dam. Seneca Village, which is now Central Park, was established in 1825, and it was Manhattan's first significant community of African-American property owners. In 1857, the city used eminent domain to evict all the residents and demolish the village to build Central Park. Vanport, Oregon, which is now Delta Park, built in 1942 to house wartime shipyard workers, it became the second largest city in Oregon. Okay, I'm coming. And a rare haven for black residents, despite state segregation laws. They destroyed the city in 1948. and the residents were not allowed to be rebuilt. All you have to do is type in black towns intentionally. This is what I typed in: black towns intentionally drowned by the United States. And you can get a whole list. And then you can go to different places to get it. Can I get Cam or somebody to come do a mod announcement while I help Mila real quick? And then when I come back, we can also start the Pally panel. Give me just a second, you guys. I need to help Mila. I just need a mod to do a mod announcement real quick. Hey, Money can do it. Love that. I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello, is Cam here? I miss Cam. I haven't seen her in a while. Anyway, y'all, let's continue to tap and share and repost. Repost is a new feature that TikTok came out with. It helps the algorithm, and it helps you push you out more than sharing. Also, if you haven't already shared, please share Dani's live to 3 or 5 different people. Do not share it to the same people, otherwise that counts as a spam. Where is Cam? Cam, pull up, sis. And let's continue to taps to 200K taps. There's like 242 of us. If we all just power tap at the same time together 5 times, that should put her over to 200K. That should push her out more into the algorithm. And if you haven't already joined my girls' team, okay, Dani's team, period, the Danikins, please press the orange heart all the way at the top. Once you press the orange heart, you have to go up there and claim the points again, okay? That's the only way to be considered a part of Dani's team. And yeah, continue to tap and share, y'all. Sorry, my background is hella loud today, but yeah. And Dani's not wrong, y'all. I think let's see, let me go get real quick.
Okay.
I still don't see Cam. Where do y'all see Cam?
She was in there.
I've been looking for her the whole time. I don't see her. Sharon is Karen, tapping is clapping.
I appreciate you all. Okay. All right. So let me just give you guys a little bit because so this is the time of day. We haven't done a Pally panel in a while, and I wanted to do one yesterday, and then I had to get the girls unexpectedly. So we have a Pally panel. That means that we bring up some of our folks that live in Palestine between the river and the sea, and then people in here. Thanks, Michelle. People in here, make sure that we give them some coins and things like that so that they can feed themselves, get some clothes, fix their tents, whatever they might need. Thank you, Colleen. And I'm going to keep talking while they do that. Let me also say this. I'm going to bring up some other folks. If you are not on TikTok, Substack, YouTube, Facebook, you can go to my bio. You can click my link tree. In my link tree, there are direct links for you to give to those people. Okay. So TikTok coins are not the only way. And I want to be clear about something. I mean, I'm really emotional today. Israel is still absolutely bombing the shit out of Palestine. There is no ceasefire. Don't pretend like there is, because there's not. That's because that one doesn't work. You can use this one for right now. If you are on TikTok or Instagram, please follow Dr. Mimi ER. Dr. Mimi ER went to Gaza twice, and Israel turned her away the third time. And I want you to look at her videos and her pictures. I want you to listen to her videos when she tells you about the things that she personally witnessed in Palestine. If you are having a hard time wrapping your head around the fact that, yep, I got it, Donna Ski. Colleen just reminded me too. Thank you, guys. That this is something that is actually occurring. It's really important that you know, listen, this is my thing. Am I supposed to think that every human rights organization, including Israel's human rights organization, is wrong and they're lying when they say that Israel is committing crimes against humanity and war crimes? Am I supposed to believe that all of them are lying and only Israel is telling the truth? Because I can't, right? What, baby? Listen, that's like when the whole neighborhood is like, girl, he cheating. And everybody's saying, girl, I saw him at the club with so-and-so, and I saw him down the road with so-and-so, and he was in the car with her. And you just don't want to believe it. Everybody is looking at you like, what the fuck do you need somebody to tell you for you to get the fact that this is what's happening? That is where we are. This is Bella. Hold on. Let me just be.
Hi, Bella.
That's A Money. Say hi.
Hi. Oh, she's so cute.
So just so everybody understands. Come here, Mila. You want to say?
Big.
She is getting so big. She is getting so big. What you want? Did mommy text you back? She is getting tall.
Some of the coconut top to get
Some what?
some coffee top.
Yeah, I don't care.
No.
Oh, can I? You gotta hold on one second. Yes. Brandy said beautiful glasses, Bella. Here, you always want to say hi when Bella says hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
And Money's over here. Grammy's over here. Say hi, Grammy. Okay, move, girl. Okay, so we're gonna give me 1 second. So, A Money, we're gonna try to mix it up and do a couple of folks that are in the States, and then a couple of folks that are in Palestine at a time. You know what I mean?
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know if you already discussed about the Black Wall Street, because I know you were talking about how they destroyed Black communities, but they also destroyed Black Wall Street.
Yep.
Because they were thriving and they didn't want to. They don't want them to thrive.
Exactly. And Black Wall Street is the Tulsa Race Massacre. I just want some of you all to understand that is the problem, is that when we had Black banks, we had our own systems, we had
everything.
We had our own everything. And, you know, it has been difficult for me, especially, you know, because A Money, I'm biracial, right? And so when I have listened to Black people throughout my lifetime, and some of them say we were better off when we were segregated. And part of me wants to believe that we would all be better together. And then part
I
of
heard
me
that this year, by the way, from people saying that they're actually upset at MLK for integrating us because we were better off segregated, because they were thriving. They had banks, they had hotels, theaters, grocery stores, schools, everything, and they felt like as if this integration actually screwed them up more than the segregation. So,
right.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just, you know, my heart has always wanted to say, gosh, can't we all just be great together? And then part of me goes, I don't know if I will ever see that in my lifetime. But I think the goal has to be to continue to do the work. So if I don't see it in my lifetime, my daughters will see it, or my grandbabies will see it, because, you know, something's got to give. Yeah, I know they're not extinct, Merlot, but it's different than how it was previously. Folks that I just want to look real quick for some folks that I know haven't been here in a minute that I do want to make sure that we get to. So Abu Malik would be one of them. And I think you know everybody else. You know the situation with Allah Shak. You already know everybody else. So yeah, okay. And then you can pull up my folks that are in there are pulling up, are just in there to hold space so that we try to balance out the panel. So I'm just going to keep, if you can just let them know, A Money, that I'm going to keep talking to try to help the algorithm, so that we don't drop too many people. You know what I mean?
Nasha, do you want me to explain that?
Yeah.
أهل غزة الحين ارفعكم بس هي راح تضلها تحكي أجنبي عشان كمان الناس يجوا على غرفة، بس أنتوا اطلعوا خذوا دعم وإحنا رح ننزلكم. شكرا.
That's it. Thank you. Shukran. You know what I gotta learn, A Money? I gotta get it's the sound back there.
The iron sound.
Girl. That one be jacking me up.
Muhammad Ali is not Muhammad Ali, it's Muhammad Ali.
Right. Ali. Yeah, it's that one be fucking me up. And so they were trying to get me to say something the other day, and I was just like, okay, I give up right now. I normally can pick it up real quick, but that one right there, I was like, okay, we're not there yet. We're not there yet, but you know, it's okay. It is what it is. Okay. So what I wanted to bring up, you can go ahead and start doing the, just Abu Malik, and then just bring up somebody from the States first. So I wanted to share this article with you all, because you know how this administration has been saying how much they wanted to go after fraud and crime and abuse and all of those things, right? It's all that bullshit that they've been talking about. I want to share a ProPublica article with you. I had it yesterday, and I think even the day before, to talk about. And I just want you all to wrap your head around this. The Justice Department, the current Department of Justice in the United States of America, dropped 23,000 criminal investigations in order to shift to immigration. I guess, I don't know, 3 or so. Hey, money. I need y'all to hear what I just said. They dropped 23,000 criminal investigations to focus on immigration. So it is absolutely astounding when you hear this report. So I'm going to give you just the highlights, and then I'm going to go into a little bit more of the article in depth. So the number of declination marks a striking departure, not only from the Biden administration, but also from Trump's first term. So former DOJ prosecutors said that they regularly reviewed caseloads, but none could recall an order like the one in February to review cases. So in February, let me tell you what they got. So while Elon Musk's Doge operatives said they were rooting out federal waste, fraud, and abuse, the DOJ actually declined over 900 cases of federal program or procurement fraud. So 900 cases. They had the evidence to prosecute for fraud against federal programs and federal crimes. And the DOJ declined to prosecute them. 900 of them. Now, what I would want to know immediately, my brain goes to who would have been the defendants in those cases, because I bet they weren't Somalis. I bet they weren't Haitians, right? Immediately, my yeah, and Salam Abu Malik. I just want him to know. I see you, Inti Galba Abu Malik. Yeah, salam. But it's important that you all like really know that when we understand, right? I bet they were men, and I bet they were particular men, right? It's the Mar-a-Lago crowd, right? So in the first days after Pam Bondi was appointed Attorney General last year, the DOJ began shutting down pending criminal cases at a record pace. The cases included, listen to this, an investigation into a Virginia nursing home with a recent record of patient abuse, probes of fraud involving several New Jersey labor unions, including one opened after a top official of a national union was accused of embezzlement. Another was an investigation into a cryptocurrency company suspected of cheating investors. No one should be surprised that the DOJ dropped a court case against a cryptocurrency company, as much as the Trump administration, the Trump organization, the Trump family is involved in cryptocurrency, right? In total, the DOJ quietly closed more than 23,000 criminal cases in the first 6 months of the administration, abandoning hundreds of investigations into terrorism, white-collar crime, schmugs, and other offenses as it shifted resources to pursuing immigration cases. The bulk of these cases, which were closed without prosecution and known as declinations, had been referred to the DOJ by law enforcement agencies under prior administrations that believed a federal crime had been committed. So this is the process. The same way, do you all remember back when we talked about the original Easting case and in 2006, and how it was taken before the state's attorney's office, and when the state's attorney's office did not want to prosecute and wanted to just let it be some misdemeanor, whatever, right? What you then saw happen was the police chief of the Palm Beach County Police Department. He then took all of the evidence, to the U.S. attorney, right, for federal court, and to the FBI. And then after those investigations were done, then it was referred to federal court for prosecution. And what they are saying is, listen, these other law enforcement agencies did the investigations, believed that they had evidence that would warrant prosecution for a federal crime. And the DOJ declined to prosecute those cases. In the first, appreciate you guys. In the first, hold on a second. Okay. Let me get to the part where I got it. In February of 2025 alone, which included the first few weeks of Bondi's tenure, nearly 11,000 cases were declined. Hella, Raja. And that's the most in 1 month since at least 2004. So in over 2 decades, we've never seen that many cases declined in 1 month. Okay. For my folks that are gifting, what do we need to do, 2K, or what do we need to do to make sure that we get folks? Yeah, I know Raja has no internet and no charging. So I know he needs to do it quick. 2K, please. Okay. So A-Money 2K is going to be better for everybody. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Veronica. Got you, Witch. Perfect. Okay. The previous high was just over hella, Raja.
Dani.
He wasn't in here, A-Money, when you gave the speech, so I knew he was going to speak. Keep Halleck, Habibi. I love my friend.
I was about ready to drop him. Okay.
I know, he put the camera on.
I know.
You can bring up somebody else with him, because I know he wants to just say hi to everybody. Yeah. Our friend. Missed you, Wala Raja. Missed you, Wala Raja. He said hi, A-Money.
Salam, Raja.
Alaikum salam, Allah Shak Shak.
Salamat.
So I want to tell you all, if you guys, hella, Raja, missed you. So I want to say this to you guys over here. If you are going to my link tree to give support, I need to say this. Allah Shak Shak has a significant heart condition. He needs medical treatment urgently. He needs medical treatment. Israel isn't letting everybody who needs out and who needs medical assistance get it. But he needs it desperately. He's a daddy. He's a member of the press. He has grandbabies and all the things. And right now, like Mohammed OS came up, or he put in the chat earlier, and so did Mo. They are literally being bombed right now. Just so you all know, they are literally hella Wasim. So they are being hit right now. So keep halak Wasim.
Dani, look, كيف حالك أموني?
He said keep halak Amuni.
No, very happy.
So it is really difficult.
Dani, bim.
I know. He's telling you their bombs exploding. That's what he's telling you. I know. Habibi. I know.
1 minute. Look, Dani, look.
Yeah.
1 minute. Wasim the photo. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
يلا عشان بدها تحكي أجنبية الأمريكان.
بس تحكي بس نحط الصورة وانزل هذا خليها.
يلا حط الصورة. He wants to show you a picture real quick and come down.
I know. Yeah, I saw him. They're saying there are massive explosions right now in Khan Yunis.
طب اسمع خلص أمني معلق الجوال طلع حد مرة.
He said it's frozen. He'll show you another one.
Okay.
Salam Wasim. Salam.
Salam Om Sami. Yeah.
Go ahead, Dani. Continue.
Yeah. So I just want you all to know, when you ask me, will he be able to get out? I don't know. What I do know is that when we help out, when we're able to help, it helps if they are able to get out, and it also helps them get medication while they are there and the things that they need while they are there. So it is always, so for example, when I hear that there's booming happening in Communis, I automatically am like, because why? Because I know which one of our folks are in Communis, and I know who's in Diarabella, and I know, you know what I mean? And so it is, it's unreal that we are still here in this place over 2 years later. And it is unacceptable that Raja is. It is unacceptable that the United States of America is considering giving Israel any more money or any more weapons. I don't know if you all saw that Bernie is putting forward legislation to block the next round of stuff that they want to send to Israel. He is actively working to make sure that doesn't happen. And there is no ceasefire. And I don't care what anybody says. This is not how God behaves. This is not how. So, alaikum salam. So I just want to say this to you all. I don't care what religion you are or what religion you're not. When I get past all of the religiosity, to me, I boil God down to love. Right? God is love and love is God. I don't care whatever religion you are in. And so what I know is that bombing people, starving people, pew-pewing children isn't done from a place of love. Therefore, it cannot be God. This is not God in any way, shape, or form. And I think it's really important for people to sit with that for a minute and reckon with that. If you are having a challenge, kind of resolving or putting together the religion that you were brought up with, and the things that you are discovering today, the one thing that I would offer you is to take religion and set it to the side. And if you believe that God is love and love is God, then that would be the thing to judge it by. Right? So when if you're a Christian and the Bible says you will know them by their fruit, right? Then you have to ask yourself, what are the fruits of the Spirit? And do you see that in the behavior of Israel? Do you see that in the behavior of this country? Right? When we have people that are in the Department of Defense and they are talking about they're leading, their first prayer service while they are celebrating killing people, and they want to rename the Department of Defense the Department of War. That is not God. That is not love. Hey, Elaine. And so I think it's very important that that you have that, that you just have that to kind of work through and work with. Back to the fuckery of the DOJ really quickly. In 2019, under Trump's first administration, that was the last time that we had a record high for cases that were declined to be prosecuted. And that was just over 6,500. This time we almost doubled that, declining 11,000 cases in 1 month. I know Noor is also in rough shape. I don't know who else is in there though. I know everybody is in rough shape though. What the fuck? Like, I don't know. Some of the cases shut down were the result of years-long investigations by federal agencies such as the FBI, the DEA, so the shift comes as the DOJ has undergone an extraordinary overhaul under the Trump administration, where entire units were shuttered, directives to abandon pursuit of certain crimes, and thousands of lawyers quitting or in some cases being forced out of the agency. Which reminds me, how many of you all are aware that 3 former FBI agents are suing the Trump administration? How many of you all knew that? Did you all know that 3 FBI agents are suing the Trump administration? They are suing them because they were forced out of their jobs because they were part of the investigations about Trump. These are, yeah. So these 3 FBI agents were forced out of their positions because they were part of the investigations into Trump in either the documents case or the January 6th case. And so those 3 FBI agents are now suing because they were forced out because of that. So I just want to let you all know that that is also happening as well. I'm not going to read this entire ProPublica article, and I know that I am behind putting articles and things into the link tree. I will get them in today. But other things that I want to tell you about. Okay. So yesterday, a couple of decisions came down, and I'm going to share with you, while there are some decisions that I don't support the thing that they are about. I understand the legality of the court's decision, and then we can talk about it a little bit. Okay. So last night I briefly was on, I followed Michael DeBoss in a damn live, y'all. Salam Soha. And he was in Levito's live last night. Right. And Hussein has the lymphoma, and he has a tumor about the size of a lemon in his neck. So let me just share this with you all. Okay, so yesterday, the Supreme Court decided against a ban on conversion therapy. Okay, so Colorado had put a ban on conversion therapy, and that was challenged in court by a Christian organization. And the Christian organization said that by banning conversion therapy, that it was going against their free speech. Okay. And I want to say a couple of things. I do not support conversion therapy. I think it is horrendous. I think it is abuse. I think, depending upon the conversion therapy camp, I believe that it's torture. All of those things. Okay. And let me also say this. Okay. In terms of the legalities of it, it does violate free speech. And the same way that I do not want the Supreme Court making a decision about my bodily autonomy, okay, I do not want the court system involved in their choices either, right? And this is where it gets really difficult. If we want the court to stay out of our decisions, our personal decisions, then it can't be only the things that we agree with and not the things that we don't, right? So what I will also say is, at the time when conversion therapy was at its peak, which, if you have not, go to Netflix and watch the document. It's a documentary called Pray Away. Like, there was a time when everybody thought you could pray away the gay. And there was a lot that happened during that time, and people were horribly mistreated and abused and all of that. At that time, it wasn't the culture and the environment around being gay was very different than it is today. It's called Pray Away, Carla. And it was very different than what it is today. And what I believe today is that people that come out today have much more support than they had 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I believe that if there are children whose parents are trying to force them into conversion therapy, and those children go to their school counselor, or those children talk to their friends and those friends report it, I think that our child protective services, our DCS services, are more likely to step in than they would have been back then, right? So while it does open the door for those things to occur, especially for minors, if we're just being frank, parents force minors to do things all the time. There are parents that, that raise their children in the most horrible of environments every day. There are kids that are abused every day. This is another one of those. Salam Hussein. Hey, friend. And so to say, Zena is here. Okay. I just want to say that I don't agree with conversion therapy. I also don't want the courts making decisions about what we can or can't do. The same way I want the courts out of my bodily autonomy is the same way I want the courts out of everything. So if I want them out, then I want them out. Okay. What I would also say, though, is if you live in a region, if you live in an area where that type of thing exists, and this is something that you feel passionate about, then be part of the community that makes it known that those people have support. Be part of a community that, maybe goes to the park and hands out flyers and lets kids know about the Trevor Project or the hotline or any of those things, right? So my thing is when the court comes out of it, then what needs to happen is, as a community, then we rally around those people and we make sure that those people know that we have their backs. Woo! Shit. Hey, Bella, I need a towel. Not me knocking over a drink.
Is it water?
Girl, Red Bull on the
Oh no.
yeah, on the keyboard.
No, not the keyboard. Quick.
Yeah, the magic keyboard.
And meanwhile, while she's cleaning up the mess she made on her keyboard, continue to tap, share, report.
I got it already. Not while she's cleaning up the mess she made. Yes.
And repost the live. It'll help bring her out to the algorithm. And if you haven't already joined her team, she has 827 members on her team. By the end of the month, I want to see 1,000.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing for you to join the team.
Please, if you haven't already.
Okay. I said, what in the world did I just do? Oh, wow, Kat. Yeah, so you get it. It's going to be all right, you guys. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Okay. All right. So that was one of the court cases that happened yesterday. Salam, Zena. I also want to tell you about the court case regarding this one I'm excited about. And I know they're going to appeal it. So it's going to be what it's going to be while it wakes its way through the court system. But to have the courts say that Donald Trump's choice to not fund NPR and PBS is unconstitutional makes me super happy. So one of the things that the judge said in that decision is that it is unconstitutional for the president of the United States to use any mechanism, including the power of the purse, to limit free speech, right? And so that is a big win. So the Trump administration has already said they are going to appeal it. And so we can expect that to be the case. However, what we see happening a lot is in the court system when we are talking about free speech cases, in every instance where the Trump administration has been involved in a court case and the foundation of that case is free speech, they have lost. So that should give you something exciting. Hey, Mo, salam, friend. And something to be excited about and look forward to. So what does that mean? That means, let's just say that we get a Democratic majority in the midterms. That means that the House could do a continuing resolution and they could go ahead and refund. They could fund NPR and PBS and all of those types of things. So this is just something else that I want people to understand, that you have the ability to impact and to limit the damage that has been done by this administration. So that was a really great case yesterday. And I'm really excited about it. Big W for all the gifters today. I appreciate you guys holding me down. So very excited about every bit of that. Okay. And then third. So there were several court cases yesterday. Okay, so third. Yesterday, a federal judge that was a Bush appointed judge, not that it matters, but it was a Bush appointed judge who said that the Trump administration must put a halt to the building of the ballroom where the East Wing used to exist. Now, I've had a couple of people say different things about this, and I want to just talk about it for a second. So not only is the White House a national monument and a historical building in this country, right? It is also the people's house. And what the judge said in his ruling that was amazing, he said, the president of the United States is the steward of the White House, but he does not own it. He said he is not the owner. And that is really important for the president to understand is you do not own the White House. You are a steward of it. It belongs to the people. It is actually managed by the National Park Service, right? It's not managed by you. It's not managed by the White House. It's managed by the National Park Service. So it matters. So I just really want people to know that that happened yesterday. Now, can you expect for that to keep going through the court system? Yeah, because he likes to double down. But for people who say, well, it's already been torn down. So what? We have the plans that existed for what it was. We can absolutely rebuild the East Wing. Absolutely. And it is the entrance for the visitors. He literally tore down the part of the White House that was specifically built for visitors to enter through. Right? And so that needs to happen. Yes, there will absolutely be court cases. There are several states that have already signed on to the court case with the order that was done yesterday. So I do want to talk about that one as well. Hey, bud. You look tired, baby. You okay?
It's really hot outside today.
It is really hot outside today. Why are you wearing a jacket? You just could have.
Wasn't the entire time.
Okay, well, I'm just saying you could have taken your jacket off while you walked home from the bus stop.
That long of a walk.
And then you put on a long sleeve shirt today? What in the world, son?
I didn't think about what I was wearing today.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, big W to A Money for running the panel for me today. It takes a little bit of stress off me when she runs the panel and I don't have to do it. So 100%. Yeah, I see you, Nahad. Nahad is her husband is a martyr. She has, I want to say 4 children. Right, we see them all. I know. Right, A Money, we see them all. They be calling my name, and I'm like, I see you. Okay, so I do want to talk about this executive order from yesterday. Now, can I play something for y'all? You may have seen it on my page, but I'm going to play it for you anyway. And I just want to say that Dani Cook did not, listen to me, Dani Cook did not pick the audio for this. I did not pick the audio. TikTok did. So if you know, so here's what happens. If you do a text post on TikTok, when you type the text and you hit next, then TikTok on its own reads the letters. And then after TikTok reads it, then TikTok picks a sound or it picks a song to go behind it. I did not pick this sound. TikTok picked it. So I would like to play for you the sound. So, so the text that I wrote said, reminder, executive orders are not law and cannot trump law. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Okay. And I put this up after the executive order that he signed yesterday about a national voters log and whatever about elections. Okay. So I want to share with you the sound that TikTok picked for that post. You guys ready? Here we go.
Today you woke up in a country where an alcoholic from Fox News runs our military, a former heroin addict is in charge of our health, and they both report to a convicted felon. Welcome to dumb fuckistan.
Not fuckistan.
Welcome to dumb fuckistan. I did not pick that. The algorithm picked that. TikTok picked that. I was cracking up. So this goes along with the executive order from yesterday. His executive order yesterday, I want to be clear. The Constitution puts elections directly in control of the states. The states cannot be forced to comply with his executive order. He cannot. Okay. So he's already, I don't know if you all know this or not, but the Trump administration is already suing some of our states because they are refusing to give over voter rolls. You all knew that, right? And part of the reason that, like Arizona said, we're not giving it to you because, listen, you idiots already exposed the Social Security numbers of 300 million Americans. We are not giving you the voting information of Arizona voters. We're not doing that. So the Trump administration is already suing some of those. And now what you're having is you have court cases today that are coming up. Hey, Noor. Salam, friend.
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Wallah, I miss you too.
Alhamdulillah, I missed you too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
يعني كل التحيات لك والله.
You're welcome.
على راسي والله.
You're
On
welcome.
his head.
Yeah, I'm on his mind. I got it. I got it. So I just want everybody to remember something. I think that one of the reasons that happened yesterday is because we had the birthright citizenship case happening today in front of the Supreme Court. I think the other reason that executive order was done is because they need a diversion from the fuck up that is Iran, right? And so I want people to remember that not all of these things are being done because they can actually be implemented, but some of them are being done because we are in a really horrible situation and the president of the United States has no clue how to get us out of it. That he has no clue because Iran is not playing. Iran has said, yeah, miss me with that bullshit. We're not negotiating. You can't be trusted. And somebody asked me what I thought about Donald Trump saying, that we could pull out of Iran and leave the strait closed, and other European countries that need the strait open, they could worry about it, right? And somebody asked me what I thought about that. And I said, well, my thought is that's his way of saving face because those people did not come in, right? When he called for those people to come help, they didn't come help. Now, what's crazy, what's up, no going back? I need for you all to understand, we ran out of missiles in the first 3 weeks at first in this damn thing. We tried to flash it over French airspace and France said, no, you may not. Do y'all know that? Did y'all know that France said we could not fly things for Israel over their airspace? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Yeah. France said, no, you cannot. And so Trump is pretty pissed. So I'm going to share with you a few things that the president of the United States has said, and we can talk about it. Okay. So he has said a lot. So I'm going to try to meet you there and get through it all. Let me see where I need to start. Okay. So this is when he's talking yesterday after the decision comes down about the ballroom. So let me tell you what he says. I'm sorry. It makes me laugh. But here is what he said. He said, the National Trust for Historic Preservation sues me for a ballroom that is under budget, ahead of schedule, being built at no cost to the taxpayer, and will be the finest building of its kind anywhere in the world. I then get sued by them over the renovation of the dilapidated and structurally unsound former Kennedy Center, now the Trump Kennedy Center, where all I am doing is fixing, cleaning, running, and quote unquote sprucing up a terribly maintained for many years building, but a building of potentially great importance. Yet the National Trust for Historic Preservation, a radical left group of lunatics whose funding was stopped by Congress in 2005, is not suing the Federal Reserve for a building which has been decimated and destroyed inside and out by an incorrupt, incompetent, and possibly corrupt Fed chairman. The once magnificent building is billions over budget, may never be completed, and may never open. All of the beautiful walls inside have been ripped down, never to be built again. But the National Trust, in air quotes, of Historic Preservation never did anything about it. Or have they sued on Governor Gavin Newsom's, quote, railroad to nowhere in California that is billions over budget and probably will never open or be used? So the White House Ballroom and the Trump Kennedy Center, which are under budget, ahead of schedule, and will be among the most magnificent buildings of their kind anywhere in the world, get sued by a group that was cut off by government years ago. But all of the many disasters in our country are left alone to die. Doesn't make much sense, does it? President Donald J. Trump. That was yesterday at 3:28 p.m. Holy crap. He's a bit of a man-child, and I don't know if you noticed, but he's very redundant, and we're going to talk about that in a second. I want to, so he keeps saying this, but he said this 22 hours ago. Birthright citizenship has to do with the babies of slaves, not Chinese billionaires who have 56 kids, all of whom become American citizens. One of the many great scams of our time, President Donald J. Trump. Next, in the ballroom case, the judge said we have to get congressional approval. He is wrong. Congressional approval has never been given on anything in these circumstances, big or small, having to do with construction at the White House. In this case, even less so, because the ballroom is being built with private donations, no federal taxpayer money. President Donald J. Trump. The problem is this, folks. The understanding is it doesn't matter if the funds are private or public. It is a public building. It belongs to the people. You do not have the right to use anybody's money to destroy it, right? So 7 hours ago, he said this before the stock market opened. Iran's new regime president, much less radicalized and far more intelligent than his predecessors, has just asked the United States of America for a ceasefire, in all caps. We will consider the Hormuz Strait is open. We will consider when Hormuz Strait is open, free and clear. Until then, and I quote, we are blasting Iran into oblivion, or as they say, back to the Stone Ages, President DJT. Wonder how that's going for him. We're going to look at it in a second and see. It's really crazy. He went on a rant about 2 hours ago. And I'm not going to read all of this, but what I will tell you is, maybe I am. Okay. I'm going to read this because there is absolutely no way that you could read this and not know and not acknowledge and not admit that every bit of this is racist fear-mongering. Every bit of it is racist fear-mongering. So just listen to what the President of the United States said a couple hours ago. He said, Republicans fully support, alaikum salam. He said, Republicans fully support our great men and women of law enforcement. Maybe the word should be love. America thanks each and every one of our wonderful police, Border Patrol, ICE, and others for their work to protect our cities, towns, streets, and indeed our country itself. Unlike Republicans, Democrats want to defund the police, Border Patrol, and all immigration enforcement. They want to allow criminals, the mentally insane, and lunatics from all over the world to come into our country, totally unvetted and unchecked, putting Americans in serious danger. So does everybody understand that this is not how immigration works? Does everyone understand that they do background checks, that people are 100% absolutely vetted when they come into the country? This is just horseshit and lies, okay? And then he says, that's why we are going forward to fund our incredible ICE agents and Border Patrol through a process that doesn't need radical left Democrat votes and bypasses the Senate filibuster, which should be repealed immediately, working in close conjunction with House Speaker Mike Johnson and Senate Leader John Thune. We are going to work as fast and as focused as possible to replenish funding for our border and ICE agents, and the radical left Democrats won't be able to stop us. We will not allow, so he's talking about using a continuing resolution. That's what he's talking about doing. He is talking about using a continuing resolution that they have the votes to put through on their own, and they don't need the Democratic votes to make it happen. Okay. And he says, we're going to work fast and as focused as possible to replenish our funding, and the radical left Democrats won't be able to stop us. We will not allow them to hurt the families of these great patriots by defunding them. But wait, you have allowed the great families of our TSA agents to go unpaid for over a month, when you have had the ability, sir, to pay the TSA agents. That executive order that you did 2 days ago that gave them a partial payment, you could have done that from the very fucking beginning. You could have had the great families of the TSA agents fully funded a long time ago, but you didn't. Anyway, and then he says, hopefully everyone will be voting Republican for the midterms. Through simple unification, Republicans can do this without the Democrats. In the meantime, we will continue to use funding from the great, big, beautiful bill, which is giving record tax rebates to citizens all over the country. It is for millionaires, centimillionaires, and billionaires, to ensure that ICE and Border Patrol agents are paid on time and in full, as we have been doing for them throughout the Democrat shutdown. Let me just tell you all this, for real. They got $200 million and then came back and then got another 75 ICE. And that's above what was already allocated in the budget for this year. Hold on, Rosa. We're going to get there. But listen to what he says. Here comes all the racist dog whistles and fear mongering, folks. And I quote from the President of the United States. Immigration enforcement will continue and our border will remain secure with no murderers, drug dealers, or criminals of any kind entering our country. The American people should use this opportunity to reflect on the tens of millions of illegal aliens, including many violent criminals, such as murderers, rapists, human traffickers, child molesters, and more, that Joe Biden and his far-left liberal Democrat cronies in Congress, led by Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, invited and allowed into our country for the 4 years before I took office. These radical, weak, and incompetent Democrats have made clear that if they resume power, they will never again provide funding to secure our border. In what way? Or enforce our immigration laws. Not true. The Democrats are the party of open borders for criminals, crime, zero immigration enforcement, defunding the police, and allowing the worst of the worst to have, quote unquote, get out of free jail cards. Although you are the man who continues to pardon actual criminals that that commit new crimes and have now been locked up. Like, that's literally you. And he says they want America to be open and available to violent criminals, thugs, and lowlifes, not to our great and loving American patriots. Don't forget that in November, when the midterms. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. He is appealing to a certain group of people. And if you are not honest about that, if you are not open about it, if you can't acknowledge that, then there's a problem. And I just want to be clear about something. I would take refugees over racist any day of the week. People who at this stage of the game are still supportive of Donald Trump, I am in favor. I would happily allow them to be deported back to their home countries, whatever they may be. And I will happily take the refugees and immigrants from those countries. Just saying. Like, real talk. Yeah, he has released quite a few criminals. quite a few. Hey girls, not so loud, please. All right. So now that I have done all of those things, I'm going to save this for tomorrow. But I want to go back to, oh, hold on. I need to do, I've got a couple of more things, you guys. A couple of more things. Hey, bud. I got a couple of things that I need to put out for you guys. I need the full thing. Give me one sec. Oh, I turned off the keyboard. Let's see if it still works when I turn it back on. Can you have what? I don't care. I don't care. Okay. Okay, come on. I really need it to connect for me. Woo! Y'all say a prayer for my keyboard right now. Say a prayer for the keyboard. Oh, there we go. Woo! She's still alive. Right, put it in rice. Y'all remember when we used to throw everything in rice? Cell phone get wet, throw it in rice. I remember when we did that all the time. Okay. So I want to get the entire thing. So give me 1 minute so that I can make sure that I read the entire thing. What? Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not doing that. I wish people would understand I am not paying for it. Oh, I love that for him. Hold on a second, you guys. I want the entire thing, though. I don't want to read just excerpts of it. I want the entire thing. Hold on, you guys. Let me see if I can find. I don't want excerpts from it. Can I have the whole thing? Hold on, y'all. You still have a big rice just for that. I love that for you. Good afternoon, Gloria. 1 second, y'all. Okay. So can I have it in English though? Okay. Okay, that's what I want. Well, I'll be damned. Even their own media is not giving me I want the whole letter, y'all, not just the excerpts from the letter. And I'm even so desperate that I went to Iran state media trying to get the whole damn thing. And nobody wants to give me the whole letter. I want the whole letter. Not like bits and pieces of it. Well, I may just have to give you guys pieces of it for right now. So here's what happened. So the president of Iran wrote a letter to the people of the United States of America. And what I want to read to you is the entirety of the letter, not just the pieces and the parts of it. But
Ooh, what a video. You trying to
okay. I'm not going to be able to give you all of it, but I'm going to give you as much of it as I can. Okay. And I'm going to give it to you as much as I can. And then I'll see if I can't find the whole thing and put it in the link tree. Okay. So first, can I give you guys a little bit of background? Because I feel like a lot of times, I've already been on Al Jazeera, Cat, and they have just the excerpts. I'm even on Iran's news, like theirs, and it's still just got the excerpt. So no, I've looked on Al Jazeera too. Okay, so let me just give you all a little bit of background, because I think one of the things that happens, is the United States of America and Western media overall tends to frame the leaders in Iran, or even those folks over there, as maybe somehow they are less equipped, less qualified, less intelligent, less whatever, when talking about them. And so one of the things that I want to share with you first is a little bit about who this is. So the reformist Masoud Pezeshkian, I don't know how to say his last name. Pezeshkian, I don't know. Anyway, he was elected president of the Islamic Republic of Iran in July of 2024, beating his conservative rival in a runoff vote. He is listen to this, he is a trained heart surgeon and was previously the chancellor of Tabriz University of Medical Sciences in northwestern Iran. He joined the cabinet of former reformist President Mohammad Khatami as Iran's health minister in 2001, a post that he held until 2005. Can anybody else appreciate the irony right now? The president of the Islamic Republic of Iran is a fucking heart surgeon, and the president of the United States of America is a failed real estate businessman, reality TV star. Thank you, Scotty. Midas has the whole thing. I just am offering that to you all because I want to know, can you appreciate the irony of that situation? Because do they or do they not portray the folks in the Middle East to be so much less? And the reality is they are so much better educated than much of Americans, regardless of, you know what I mean? And so I needed to stop and just point that out for a moment. So let me do Midas, because you say the whole letter's there. So let me just go there for a second and see if I can get it. Okay, perfect. That is what I want. Okay, but I'll get to that. Thank you for whoever said that. Yes, Amy, that is part of the dehumanization. Perfect. Yes. Let me drink some water. Hold on. Okay. So listen, appreciate you, Angie. Okay, so listen, you guys. So he's a trained heart surgeon and was previously chancellor of Tabriz University of Medical Sciences in northwestern Iran. He joined the cabinet of former reformist President Mohammad Khatami as Iran's health minister in 2001, a post he held until 2005. After Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed in a U.S.-Israeli airstrike on 28th of February in accordance with the Constitution, he became a member of Iran's interim leadership until the Ayatollah's son, Motaba, succeeded his father as supreme leader in early March. He has appeared in public in recent days, according to Iranian outlets. He was last seen on Tuesday at a pro-establishment rally. This is important. Both of them were out and about. They were taking selfies with the Iranian people. They were absolutely doing that. And he says, while the president heads the government, there is also a parallel government in the form of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC. Several high-ranking IRGC commanders have been killed during the war. However, officials have repeatedly said that for every person lost, a replacement is ready to take their place. What's really crazy about this is, so let me share with you what is so smart about this. So whether you agree with everything about the country of Iran or not isn't really relevant to this part of the conversation, okay? Do you know how wise it is to, in the midst of being under attack, in the midst of 1,200, 1,300 of your people being killed by Israel and the United States of America, to go out amongst your people, to be seen as a human being, to let them know that you see them, to take selfies with them, to, I'm just saying it is smart because they are going to win the support of more of the people in that manner. It just, oh shit. I literally almost said fuck Israel in this moment. So premature babies just had to be evacuated out of Palestine today because Israel attacked Al-Shifa Hospital. So Israel boomed. Yep, I got you, Sandy. Israel hit Al-Shifa Hospital today, and premature babies in the NICU had to be evacuated today. I just saw it come through, whether it was today or yesterday, it just came through from Drop Site News. So when I said earlier today that Israel is still hitting Gaza, they are. I don't know to where. It just occurred. So let me see if I can. So, A-Money, I think people were saying that they are about tapped out and that we can do another one on Friday.
You got it.
All right. Yeah.
السلام عليكم أهل غزة. الدعم صار خفيف. كانت بنسوي كمان واحدة يوم الجمعة.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So here it is. Yeah, this is from today.
Do you have someone specific in the request that you want up as the last one?
I haven't even looked, to be honest. No, because I think like that. I just got the message. That's what I'm saying. So I think like for real, everybody is, and then we can do the folks that are in there. Anas and everyone can come back on Friday, and we'll do it. Anyway, okay. So hold on. Okay, so see, I don't like this damn headline. Okay, so now they've updated. So listen, I couldn't see the entire headline. Let me tell you the entire headline. Because when it came across, you know how they can pick like the first part of the headline that you see, but you don't see all of it? The first part of the headline said, premature babies evacuated after Israeli attack. And that's all the fuck I could see. But what it says is premature babies evacuated after Israeli attack on Al-Shifa returned to Gaza after more than 2 years. So there are parents in Gaza today that are meeting their babies for the first time after they were evacuated. Appreciate you, Kat. Holy crap. Like, what in the absolute hell? But it's a great article, and I will put it in the link tree. But they scared the shit out of me with just that part for a second there. I just need to say.
In the beginning of this G-side, they left those NICU babies to be unalived.
Yes.
I think there was about 30, I think.
Yeah. So from what I read is it was 31 babies, I want to say. And so they have pictures of them now. And they're meeting their parents today. And yeah, some of them, they're just now being reunited with their children for the first time after like 2 years. It's crazy. But I'll put this in there. But I want to go back to Iran for just a second so that we can do, yeah. So no, I just looked, Kat. But I do want to say that Israel is, they are in fact bombing Gaza today. They are hitting Khan Yunis. And some of our folks that were on the panel today were in the areas that were being hit. And they were telling us boom, 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 boom happening now. So 100% that is a thing that is happening. But let me read this letter from the president of Iran to the American people. To the people of the United States of America and to all those who, amid a flood of distortions and manufactured narratives, continue to seek the truth and aspire to a better life. Iran, by this very name, character, and identity, is one of the oldest continuous civilizations in human history. Despite its historical and geographical advantages at various times, Iran has never, in its modern history, chosen the path of aggression, expansion, colonialism, or domination. Even after enduring occupation, invasion, and sustained pressure from global powers, and despite possessing military superiority over many of its neighbors, Iran has never initiated a war. Yet it has resolutely and bravely repelled those who have attacked it. The Iranian people harbor no enmity toward other nations, including the people of America, Europe, or neighboring countries. Even in the face of repeated foreign interventions and pressures throughout their proud history, Iranians have consistently drawn a clear distinction between governments and the peoples they govern. This is a deeply rooted principle in Iranian culture and collective consciousness, not a temporary political stance. For this reason, portraying Iran as a threat is neither consistent with historical reality nor with present-day observable facts. Such a perception is the product of political and economic whims of the powerful, the need to manufacture an enemy in order to justify pressure, maintain military dominance, sustain the arms industry, and control strategic markets. In such an environment, if a threat does not exist, it is invented. Within this same framework, the United States has concentrated the largest number of its forces, bases, and military capabilities around Iran, a country that, at least since the founding of the United States, has never initiated a war. Recent American aggressions launched from these very bases have demonstrated how threatening such a military presence truly is. Naturally, no country confronted with such conditions would forego strengthening its defensive capabilities. What Iran has done and continues to do is a measured response grounded in legitimate self-defense and by no means an initiation of war or aggression. Relations between Iran and the United States were not originally hostile, and early interactions between the Iranian and American people were not marred with hostility or tension. The turning point, however, was the 1953 coup, an illegal American intervention aimed at preventing the nationalization of Iran's own resources. We've been covering this. That coup disrupted Iran's democratic process. It reinstated dictatorship and sowed deep trust among Iranians toward U.S. policies. This distrust deepened further with America's support for the Shah's regime, its backing of Saddam Hussein during the imposed war of the 1980s, the imposition of the longest and most comprehensive sanctions in modern history, and ultimately unprovoked military aggression twice in the midst of negotiations against Iran. Yet all of these pressures have failed to weaken Iran. On the contrary, the country has grown stronger in many areas. Literacy rates have tripled from roughly 30% before the Islamic Revolution to over 90% today. Higher education has expanded dramatically. Significant advances have been achieved in modern technology. Healthcare services have improved, and infrastructure has developed at a pace and scale incomparable to the past. These are measurable, observable realities that stand independent of fabricated narratives. At the same time, the destructive and inhumane impact of sanctions, war, and aggression on the lives of the resilient Iranian people must not be underestimated. The continuation of military aggression and recent bombings profoundly affect people's lives, attitudes, and perspectives. This reflects a fundamental human truth. When war inflicts irreparable harm on lives, homes, yes, cities, and futures, people will not remain indifferent toward those responsible. That's worth repeating. The continuation of military aggression and recent bombings profoundly affect people's lives, attitudes, and perspectives. This reflects a fundamental human truth. When war inflicts irreparable harm on lives, homes, cities, and futures, people will not remain indifferent toward those responsible. This raises a fundamental question. Exactly which of the American people's interests are truly being served by this war? Was there any objective threat from Iran to justify such behavior? Does the massacre of innocent children, the destruction of cancer treatment hold on. I know you were singing, but hold on. Was there an objective threat from Iran to justify such behavior? There. Does the massacre of innocent children, the destruction of cancer treatment pharmaceutical facilities, or boasting about bombing a country, quote unquote, back to the Stone Ages, serve any purpose other than further damaging the United States' global standing? Iran pursued negotiations, reached an agreement, and fulfilled all its commitments. The decision to withdraw from that agreement, escalate toward confrontation, and launch 2 acts of aggression in the midst of negotiations were destructive choices made by the U.S. government. Choices that served the delusions of a foreign aggressor. Attacking Iran's vital infrastructure, including energy and industrial facilities, directly targets the Iranian people. Beyond constituting a war crime, such actions carry consequences that extend far beyond Iran's borders. They generate instability, increase human and economic costs, and perpetuate cycles of tension, planting seeds of resentment that will endure for years. This is not a demonstration of strength. It is a sign of strategic bewilderment and an inability to achieve a sustainable solution. It is not also the case. Is it not also the case that America has entered this aggression as a proxy for Israel, influenced and manipulated by that regime? Is it not true that Israel, by manufacturing an Iranian threat, seeks to divert global attention away from its crimes toward the Palestinians? Is it not evident that Israel now aims to fight Iran to the last American soldier and the last American taxpayer dollar shifting the burden of its delusions onto Iran, the region, and the United States itself in pursuit of illegitimate interests. Is quote unquote America first truly among the priorities of the US government today? I invite you to look beyond the machinery of misinformation, an integral part of this aggression, and instead speak with those who have visited Iran. Observe the many accomplished Iranian immigrants educated in Iran who now teach and conduct research at the world's most prestigious universities or contribute to the most advanced technology firms in the West. Do these realities align with the distortions you are being told about Iran and its people? Today, the world stands at a crossroads. Continuing along the path of confrontation is more costly and futile than ever before. The choice between confrontation and engagement is both real and consequential. Its outcome will shape the future for generations to come. Throughout its millennia of proud history, Iran has outlasted many aggressors. All that remains of them are tarnished names in history, while Iran endures resilient, dignified, and proud. Damn. I mean, you can't even say nothing because he's right. You can't even say anything if you are, folks, if you are being honest. That was the president of Iran, Hill. You can't debate that. You can't argue that. You can't say anything because everything about that is correct. Everything about what he just said is fact. Everything. I think it's so important for people to really understand, not me copying the whole ass letter and putting the date on it, because this is history and I need to make sure that I have it forever and ever. Amen. If you had told me, especially as a new recruit in the military, that there would be a day that I was listening to the president of Iran and admiring his words, I would not have believed you. Like if you had told me that there would be a day that I would be listening to the president of Iran and saying, yep, you're right. And so this is the thing, and this is the problem that the Republican Party is going to have, not only now, but for a while to come. Two things are happening at the very same time. The people in the United States of America are very clearly seeing Israel for who Israel is. You understand? I found that on Midas Touch's Facebook page. I will put the link to it in my Google Drive. I'll put it in the link tree. But I want to say this, you all. So everyone is realizing and recognizing who Israel is, and at the very same time, we are understanding and recognizing who we are and who we are because of our relationship with Israel. Right? You understand what I'm saying? And I think it's really important that people be able to acknowledge that, be able to admit that. And it's like we are having a moment. I said this yesterday. I said, maybe the United States of America is finally about to reap what we have sown. Maybe the country is at a crossroads, right? And I do think that we are at a crossroads. You're welcome, Mohammed. I do think that we are at a crossroads. Like what we have has not worked for a very long time, and I believe that there's a particular group of people that are doing everything they can to hold on to the position of power that they have had for a lot, for as long as this country has existed. And the harder they try to hold on to it, the faster they are going to lose it. The harder they try to hold on to it by any means necessary is the faster that they are going to lose it. What you chase runs from you. What you try to hold on to leaves faster. I don't believe that they can stop what's coming. And what's coming is a country that is going to be led by women and Black and brown people. That's what's coming. And it's coming not just in the United States of America, it's coming around the world. The patriarchy has not worked. It has not worked. And I really think that people are getting to this place where we're like, you know what? If other countries can do it and do it successfully, why can't we? I listened to Pete Hegseth say yesterday that only foolish presidents and administrations put a date on when they're going to be done with a conflict. And I said, you mean like Donald Trump did in 2020 when he gave a date for pulling out of Afghanistan? You mean that foolishness? You mean that fuckery? Because that's what he did. Like they don't know what they're doing. I don't know that people understand. When we kept saying that Pete Hegseth is woefully unqualified for this position, he hasn't led anything larger than a fucking platoon. He's never managed more than $10 million, and that shit went bankrupt and he got kicked out for being drunk on the job. And now there are soldiers. Do y'all understand that there are Marines? There are Marines that are filing conscientious objectors paperwork so that they don't have to go to this war. Do you know how fucked up the war has to be for Marines to want out? For Marines to be like, nah, no, thank you. Doug, you wanted to say something? Hold on, because you're on mute.
Actually, I was just thinking that, soldiers have been sent across the world on just about every conflict we've been in under false pretenses.
Yep.
You can go all the way back as far as Vietnam. But every time we start to meddle in another country's affairs, it backfires on us. We did it in Libya. We did it in Iraq. We did it in Panama. I mean, there's all kinds of places.
We did it in Hawaii.
And the thing of it is our service members took an oath. And to see Marines wanting to step back from that oath speaks volumes to the fact that our military people are just being offered up like fodder.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all I had to say, and I'm out.
Okay. Appreciate it. Yeah, and I don't think that people really understand. These are people's, real people's lives. Can you imagine how the parents of our soldiers that are deceased have to feel right now? Because they can't feel like their children gave their lives for something significant. Like if your children give their lives fighting for the country, you want it to really be for the country. You want it to be for a purpose. You want it to have meaning. The parents of these children that are gone can't say that there's any meaning, there's any significance. Like what did my child die from?
I tested it in my phone.
Oh no, they are definitely stepping back from a rogue administration 100%. Yeah. But do you understand what I'm saying? I think that was the sentiment. Like, hey, Steph. Oh, Steph is watching from the beginning over on YouTube when we were talking about and listening to Alex Jones. But I don't know that people have thought about it from the parent's perspective and what it must feel like to know that your child is 6 feet in the ground or in a vase on your mantle. For what? For what? There's been no regime change, y'all. There's been no regime change. I mean, it's the same. Yeah, I just really want people to write, Jen. It's how I feel about my friends I've lost. It is just not, it is not okay. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know people that have people that are in right now, and I'm just like, you've got to be kidding. They lie to us all the time for money and greed. And who was it? What Republican, alaikum salam, Mohammed, what Republican senator called for Bibi Netanyahu to send his son to the front lines? I forgot who it was, but one of them did. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Nini. Yeah, it's on YouTube and Facebook. So I want to say this to you guys. Next Thursday is our next For the People Project meeting. And it's important. Yeah, I saw a picture of him, Blue Honey Pot. Please make sure that you have joined the Project For the People. Our first day of action is coming up. It is going to be 1 week from this Saturday. So it's going to be April 11th. I will have an announcement that is going to that I will share with you guys on Thursday, during that next Thursday on the 9th, during that meeting, because it's a bit of a surprise. If you're a subscriber, you already know if you're in the subscriber side of Discord, because I talked about it briefly this morning, and I'm going to start to kind of put that together and what that looks like. So yeah. Also, folks, there is now Project For the People merch. Thanks to Sandy and Laronica for putting that together and making it happen. There is a merch giveaway as well. There will be additional merch made available to you all. But this is the first piece of merch. There are Project For the People t-shirts. There's Project For the People bags. There's Project For the People hats. So all of that is available. And so, yeah, so there is a merch giveaway and merch is available. And we're working to put together, but it's all shared in the Discord. So, yay, Jamie placed an order. We love to hear that. So, Deborah and Teresa, I want to say, Deborah, your address did not have an apartment number on it. So I had to resend it to you. But that's already gone and out in the mail to you. So Teresa and Deborah, both of your Connect decks are on the way to you with a little extra something in it. But I wanted you to know because I didn't have an apartment number. So anyway, yeah, you're welcome. No problem. Let me see what else. Okay, so somebody asked me to play it again. How many of you all, Carla, yours was already gone. Carla, yours is already gone. Hold on 1 second. Yours is already gone, Carla. Hold on. You see me looking at my face like, yours is already gone. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me use the tracking on it and see where it's at. I can always send you a replacement if it's lost in Never, in case it's lost in Never Land. let me know if that package is it or not. And if not, I'll check the tracking on it, but I can send another one out for you in the morning because the mail's already run today. But I can do that in the morning. So let me know and I'll just check the tracking on it. Teresa and Deborah, yours are coming UPS. Okay. Yeah. So just and Danikin's merch is also coming soon as well. And I think that there will be people that are going to be really excited about the Project for the People announcement that I have on the 9th. Sounds good, Kat. Appreciate you. I'm really excited about it and have pretty much, I was tossing it around in my head this morning, but I'm getting a little nudge in my gut that it's exactly what I'm supposed to do. So it's exactly what I'm going to do. And so what I'm going to do is take a look at all of the people that have, you know me, money. I just do what the gut says to do. What I'm going to do is I am going to take a look at everybody that has put in your geographic information and pull that and then put together a roadmap. Okay. Oh, and listen, for everybody that does have a Connect deck, we are going to have a money. It's for Project for the People, right? And so what people did was, hey, Crow, I saw your message, Crow, and I had talked about it. So let me just say this to you all. So Crow had shared it with me yesterday. You probably have seen it in the news today, but Pete Hegseth is sending ice to the graduation ceremony for Marines at Paris Island to see if any of their families are undocumented. So on the day that these people are graduating to serve their country, they have to worry about ICE coming to see if any of their family members are undocumented. Yeah, that's a thing. So, fuck them. But okay, so listen. So if you haven't done this already, and if you really want to be out making a difference, fuck them. Then you want to be part of Project for the People. You really do. There is so much, and I have a whole slew of other information. So you guys, all the CDC data that I gave you this week, those are coming in graphics. You got to be excited about that. All of the CDC data where we talked about the funding and what was cut and the impact and all of that is also coming in graphics. The same way that the Medicaid and SNAP information is in graphics, so is this. It's all coming in graphics. And so when we talk about being able to go out into our communities and being able to knock doors and being able to share information and print off flyers, all of that is being added into the Google Drive. So big push for me these next 8-9 days. But we got a lot to do. So if you are in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you would like to team up with me on April the 11th, I am coming to Charlotte, North Carolina for our day of action. And I'm going to do it in Charlotte. And so if you are in Charlotte or around the Charlotte area, and you want to meet me in Charlotte for a day of action in Uptown Charlotte, plan to make it happen on April the 11th. Come to New York. You know I could, Carla. You know I got family in New York. Brooke.
I was about to just say that. Come to Brooklyn, period.
Yeah, you know, I got
Carla.
My daughter's back in Brooklyn too. She got a place. She just said, Mom, I want you to come stay with me. So it's not like it's out of the realm of possibility. I will tell y'all this though, with the way motherfucking gas prices is going and airline tickets is happening, but we'll take it when we get to it. I'm just saying. But yeah, so April 11th, it is absolutely going to be that deal. And so what I'm going to be doing is some of this type of stuff. So if you want to do it in person with me and see how I engage in conversation with people and all of those different types of things, this is how we're going to get down. And so expect for this to be part of the case mobily for a large portion of the summer, while the kids are out of school, and we can be mobile and make things happen, and all of that. So if this piques your interest, go to my link tree. Please make sure that you put in your information. It's like join Project for the People. Do that, and then make sure that you come to the meeting on the 9th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we're going to do a workshop. We're going to do some role playing. We're going to talk about everything that we are rolling out on the 11th. And you already have access to the flyer for Project for the People. And then there's another one. So let me see if I can show y'all the flyer real quick. And if you haven't, you can actually use this QR code. Give me a second. There it is. Look at me doing things that damn quick. That's because I pulled this shit up more than I know. Yeah. So Shimmy, I'm really excited. And so Mohammed OS is saying heavy artillery shelling and flares east of Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza Strip. Okay, Jody, sounds good. So let me just show you all this flyer real quick, because I have it in English and in Spanish. So you can, Shimmy, I know, girl, you're not here, but so let me just show you. So you can actually, if you're on your phones or whatever, you can click this. But this is the project. And once you click the QR code, you can actually sign up everything there. And yeah, so this is the deal. Okay. So I'm really excited. And yeah. So for those of you guys, if you haven't, it's actually not blue, it's purple. Don't ask me why this shit looks blue on my camera. You know how your phone will sometimes turn a thing a different color? It's not really blue. It's purple. It's purple and yellow. I purposely did not do blue, and I purposely did not do red. It is purple. But when my camera, for some reason, makes it look blue, but it's not. It's purple. You're in Waxhaw. I love that, Cindy. Let's go. I will see you in Uptown. So it prints very bold and beautiful. I love that. I really am excited about this, and all of the, listen, you guys, I'm not kidding. If you have not, let me just ask you this really, really quick. The links for sharing that is in the Discord. I don't know why the fuck I couldn't say it. It's in the Discord. It is absolutely in the Discord. And also, let me just say this. Let me ask you this real quick before we go. If you have not seen all of the graphics that I did, that I've started, right? I don't know where you're at, but listen, if you have not seen all the graphics that I have been working on and making for our days of action, put a 1 in the chat. If you have not seen all of those, put a 1 in the chat for me. Because if you haven't, I will very briefly show you real quick before we go. Okay, quite a few of you haven't. Really, y'all? I could have sworn some of y'all was in here when I did this. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like, okay? Okay, so let me show y'all. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot, it's a lot, it's a lot. And y'all know I'm already going to be coming to Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia, because that's where I'm from. And this summer I'm going to be coming to I'll be coming to see my mama no matter what anyway. But let me show it to you guys real quick. All right. So here's the way that it works for Days of Actions. What's up, Ethan? All right. So let me show you guys. These are not accessible until the 9th. I don't know about Texas. Y'all out there. But let me show you. Okay, so this is the drive. And so this is the resources. There are nationwide resources. This is if people need to, this is where the playbook will be located, and this is where the launch and overview information is. When something is in here that says shareable flyers, this means that they are printable. If they are digital resources, they are in here. Now, what I did was I created, so under shareable flyers, the flyer right now that can be shared is here. If it says printable, that means you can't share it yet. Okay. So let me just show you the flyer. See? So this is the one that I just showed you, but also other ones that have been done. So this is a Medicaid working adults flyer. It's a myth versus fact about adults that get Medicaid and what percentage of them work, regardless of if they are in a red state or a blue state. And for all of the graphics, I do an English version and a Spanish version, right? But also what I've done for the 11th. Okay, so for the day of action on the 11th, let's just say that you're not going out into your community and so everybody is gonna post on social media these resources. So for all 50 states in the country, I have done graphics for the Medicaid and SNAP losses by congressional district for all 50 states. Okay, so if I just give you an example as to what that looks like. So like in New York, you'll see congressional district in one and in Spanish, right? So let's just say I grab 4. So this is the, did I grab 4 Spanish? I did. So this is 4 regular. So this is New York District 4, and 26,000 children and adults are projected to lose their New York Medicaid health insurance by 2034 because of the One Big Beautiful Bill. And then the source is listed, right? And so there's also one of those for SNAP benefits. Okay, you see that? And so there's also, it's also done in Spanish as well. And so this way, when you go out into your communities, right, you are sharing information that is actually relevant to those communities with graphics and all of that. So on our first day of action, we will be posting these across social media. We will be out in our neighborhoods and our communities. We will be sharing this information and having conversations, not about Democrats or Republicans, but about who do you know that's on Medicaid? Who do you know that has SNAP benefits? Are they aware of these changes? Do they know, what they're going to do if their state has a plan to offset these things, like all of that? So the idea, I love that, Cindy. The idea is to have conversations and build community so that we can get over the disconnect and the voter apathy that we have in this country. We cannot afford to have 80 million, 90 million people not participate in this election. And it's incredibly important because midterms typically have lower turnout than regular elections. Okay. So you will see more graphics as we get going on this because I'm making them all. But we're going to have graphics about the budget cuts that happened at CDC, what that resulted in total of staff. Like, people are astounded to know that CDC has lost more than 25% of their workforce in the first year of the Trump administration. That should be terrifying to people. To know that chronic disease and illness, that particular part of CDC had their budget cut by 98%. Holy shit, right? So lots of information that is relevant to people and how it's going to impact them. We will have things about education and about special education and about funding for education that's been moved to the Department of Labor, things that people aren't really being told about, and in a way that is meaningful to them. And it's going to be done based on, at a minimum, by their state. And some of them will be nationwide information too, but we also, as often as possible, will be giving you this information on a state, on congressional or county level. And that's the objective, is to give people information that means something to them and generate conversations about the issues, so that by the time you get to the point where we got to pick a candidate, we're not picking a candidate based on their political party. We are picking a candidate that is based on the issues and the policies of the individuals that are running for that office. So that's everything that I've built so far. And then I have more that I'm adding between now and the next little bit. So if you want to be a part of this and you want things to get out into your community, then you want to be part of Project for the People. If you don't like the direction that we're going, oh, gee, is that all? Yes, that's all right now, Miss Slim Shady. But that's the idea. That's the objective. So hopefully I will see you all on the 9th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the people, by the people. Absolutely. For the people, by the people. So, and we're all going to use the hashtag for the people. It's going to be hashtag Project for the People. And the reason I want us all using the same hashtag is because that's how you start a movement online. That's how you build awareness online. And so the more that we do that, the more people go, what the fuck is that? Right? Right. We have 9,999 videos out, thanks to Sandy and Eric and all the people. But this is how we do it. And we take it from an online community into a grassroots, boots on the ground activism, because people need to know, and they need to know information in a way that they can digest, right? Without big fancy words and all kinds of bullshit. Just strip it down to where every person can understand and know exactly what we are doing and what's happening to them. Right. So I believe when you talk to people, you should talk to people like you are in one of three places. You need to talk to people like they are either sitting on your couch at your house, they are sitting at the meal after church, or they are sitting at the bar. Whatever applies, that's how we got to be having conversations with people. Hey.
Yeah, because Mila said we'll move to attack mine, and now Woody's gonna try and attack them until they all die.
Are we playing Minecraft?
Yes.
Okay, so what did we say about fighting about Minecraft?
We're watching videos. No, we are not.
Anyway, all right. I appreciate you guys very much. Yes, she talks so fast too. She does. So, yeah. Thank you all for joining. A-Money, thank you for running the Pally panel. We will do another Pally panel on Friday. Make sure that you get registered so that I can send you all the information. I just believe that people need something to do about what's happening rather than just talk about it. We need something to do, and we need to do it, right? So I appreciate you all greatly. I got to figure out what the fuck to feed these kiddos because I still got a ton of work to do today. And all the things, but love you, mean it. I will see you all tomorrow, regular time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, not this afternoon. I appreciate you guys. Bye.